Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. It is April 1st. It's Christmas.
Is this not a glorious day or what?
All right, happy April Fool's Day. It's not Christmas, okay?
Oh, God, I'm bored already.
Well, how the heck can you be bored?
Shut up and take my money.
All right, I'll gladly take your money. It's very simple. Just take it out of your wallet, hand it over, and I will gladly take your money. Time now is 6:08. Mr. Clock, would you please verify?
It's now 6:08 a.m.
And happy April Fool's Day, Bonnie. There's crap on your chair.
What on my chair?
There's crap on your chair. You sat down in crap.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you did. April Fools.
Yeah, there you go. April Fool's.
Oh,
right
boy.
You couldn't get me with that.
I
But
tried.
because-
But you look, though.
It's
You
because-
moved. You moved.
It's kind of because there's that sort of thing on my chair every day, or you
Yeah.
know, little particles and little hair particles
Yeah.
fall upon it.
Well, I spray Lysol every day before we leave. Now, I don't know what the night folks do around here. I have no idea, but I just know that I Lysol all the crap around here.
Yeah, it always smells fresh and clean,
Yeah.
like a whistle.
Yeah, I
when
changed
you
my
walk in.
underwear today, too, so that's fresh and clean.
That's why
Wow,
it's
no
smelling
wonder
good.
it rained this morning.
Yeah, there you go.
And
Wow.
we've been needing the rain too lately. Oh man,
Yes.
when it rained yesterday
It
afternoon,
pours.
I was so excited. I was
Yeah.
so happy to hear that
It didn't rain
rainfall.
at my house.
When
Where do you live
when
that it
you
rains?
do hear it rain, do you get like me? Do you get that sudden anxiety feeling like, oh my, did I shut my car windows?
No, I just look on my cameras.
Okay.
No, when I hear the rain, I'm praying I don't have to go outside in it because I just don't
Yeah.
like rain.
I like playing in the rain.
I like it too,
Yeah.
Evan.
I
like
don't mind it if I'm inside
Yeah.
and I can hear it and enjoy it. But if I have to run around in it, then I don't like it.
the best part of being in the rain is when you're out jogging seriously and you're feeling hot,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the weather quickly changes.
Mhm.
No lightning, of course, but when that rain falls down on you when you're running, that's a great sensation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I want to say hi to Mark over in England. He's listening bright and
Hello.
early, but it's not early over there. It's in the afternoon. And he said he eats 82 donuts in one sitting.
Oh,
Now,
82.
that's got to be a bloody lie.
I wonder what the
That's-
world record is of eating donuts.
I don't know. In 1 hour? I don't know.
you know, Bud Light is coming out with a new kind of seltzer,
Yeah.
and with flavored seltzers of pizza. So
Oh.
you can get anchovy seltzer, and
Mhm.
Ooh,
I think you can
I'll
get
try that on the air.
Okay.
pepperoni one
Okay.
and cheese
Okay.
seltzer in your Bud Light product.
All right. Now, speaking of flavored stuff, we have a Phil's Taste Test coming up later on this morning.
That was an April Fool's, by the way.
Oh, it was?
You guys-
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were
You
serious.
got us on that one.
Ah, you got us.
Wow.
Damn. Okay. Bonnie's got one up
Wow.
on us. All right.
One chock full of nuts.
Somebody knocking at the door. Would you go see who it is, please? So anyway, but on a serious note, we're going to be doing Phil's Taste Test later on this morning. And boy, it's going to be a doozy because coming in the 8 o'clock hour today, it's going to be the vice mayor of the city of Stuart. He's going to be here, Merritt Matheson. I think that's his last name.
Yes, he has graced us with his presence a couple
Yeah.
of times before.
And then Public Information Officer Sergeant Brian Bosio is
Yes.
going to be with Merritt as well in studio. They have a couple of things they're going to be discussing. And then in the back half of the hour, in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to be doing Phil's Taste Test. And Phil, you have a special top 10 for Sergeant
Yes, I have.
Bosio.
The Home
Oh.
Office sent me a top 10 list
oh boy.
Yeah.
about the sergeant.
Yeah.
Sergeant, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
Sergeant. Don't
So-
demote him, please.
Yeah, no. And so, yeah, we
Remember, he
got that.
carries handcuffs and a gun.
And he's going to be participating in Phil's Taste Test, which
Yeah.
is we have 10 different meats of beef jerky.
Yes.
Yeah.
10 different flavors.
We have kangaroo,
Kangaroo,
elk,
elk,
Ostrich. Alligator.
Alligator.
Yes. I'm trying to think of the other one.
Well, just take 'em out and read 'em.
Venison.
Venison is normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's beef.
Beef.
I got. We didn't get the roadkill one, unfortunately.
All
I
right.
don't want the roadkill one.
Yeah, that was a dead issue.
Hey-o.
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 All right.
So there you go. So, and we're gonna let you guys pick it.
Wow. So we
Okay.
get to pick what
Yeah,
they eat,
and then
Bonnie.
I'll
Yeah.
share it with Brian Bosio.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
I wonder.
So I'm gonna fan them out like
yeah.
a card, like a deck of cards, and Bonnie's not gonna know what it is because I'll hold all the packaging to me so she doesn't see,
Yeah.
and then she gets to pull it out and pick what it is, and only she's gonna know,
Okay.
and I'll know, and then we cut it open and we give them each a piece, and then they have to describe it on the air, and then after they eat it, we'll tell them what it is.
Oh, the other one was wild boar.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, I kind of envy that because some of that is probably going to be good.
Yeah.
Like you can get a really good spicy beef jerky. I bet the venison one is
Yeah.
I
good.
bet the venison is very good.
Yeah.
One of the alligators. There's 2 alligators. One of them is Cajun style.
Oh,
Oh, I bet that's
Cajun
spicy.
style?
So
Right?
you might. So if we get that one, maybe you could try that one, Bonnie.
Yeah.
oh.
Have a little
Okay.
alligator.
All right. What are you doing
What
over
did-
there? Are you okay?
My
You
chair
all right?
keeps running over my
Oh, I
cord.
thought
and
you
it's
rolled over-
bothering me.
Thought you
Yeah, I
rolled over
hate
crap
that
or
when
something.
There we go with the crap joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Just want to make sure. Hey, by the way, Phil, I meant to tell you,
Yeah.
Bonnie kicked my arse 2 days ago on the radio.
With
Yeah.
what?
Literally.
Oh,
With
stretch
what?
when she stretched you
yeah,
out,
she
right?
stretched me out
Yeah.
more.
No, I heard that shit.
Oh, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still feeling the effects, but a good effects. Yeah, good effects.
Yeah.
She came over here and she just gave me like a 60-second stretch
Yeah.
just to kind of like, it was like a sample of
Mhm.
like what they do where she works at. So she says to me, she goes, hold your right arm up like this. And I look at my right arm and she's like, turn over that way and watch your hand.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I put my hand down. She goes, now give me your left hand, put your left hand out. And then she starts pulling my arm back. And I'm like, what the heck? Am I going to hug myself backwards or what?
Don't
So-
knock over my drink.
No, but she brought my arm like
And you
further
could
back than
feel
I've
it
ever
in
gone
your
before.
Deltoid.
Yeah, and I
Didn't you
felt it
feel
in my
like in
I
the-
felt it in the deltoids.
Yes.
And that was like really cool. It was actually a good feeling.
I got a nice text message too the other night, that
Mhm.
very night, from our boss Jackie, and she congratulated me on
Beating up Evan.
surpassing my goal. I thought I had just met my goal. I guess I beat it by
Yeah.
a couple of
Oh,
stretches.
you have to you have to have so many stretches. It's like a quota type thing.
Yeah.
She's noticed, you know how we call her the almighty goddess of radio?
Yes.
Well, she's the stretch queen at Massage Entrance.
Well,
queen.
I'm not really. I'm not really that.
That's
but
her new title.
Stretch
I'm going to
queen.
get you a shirt that's custom made that's
Yeah.
going to say, I'm the stretch queen. And then you're going to wear it to work one day.
basically, if it was white on black, I would like to wear it.
Okay. All right. So white letters.
Oh,
there you
well,
go. White on
hey,
black.
hey.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'll get you a black t-shirt with white letters because my sister-in-law makes those shirts up in
Oh, does
Tennessee.
she? Oh,
Yeah, she has the whole press and everything.
nice.
So I'm gonna what size shirt do you wear? Is it a medium?
I'd say a medium,
Men's medium?
women's medium.
Women's medium? What would that
Yeah.
equate to in
Men,
men?
In men.
probably large.
I'd probably get you a large.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll get you a men's large, black t-shirt with white letters that says "I'm the stretch queen," and on the back a pair of hands
Yeah, that's
on the back, just
great.
like this.
and you'll get this in about a year.
But you'll have to. No, I'm serious. But you have to wear it to work.
All right,
You have to wear it to work.
that's custom
That's the
designed.
That's the only promise you have to make me if I get this shirt for you.
Oh, I would definitely wear that
Okay.
to work.
I'm the stretch queen.
We were on Amazon too yesterday trying to buy me a late birthday present. Gary wants to get me a bike, and I do
you
want
still
to.
haven't gotten the bike yet?
I want a fold up mountain bike.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, if you go into the bike stores around here, which I have,
No inventory.
it's hard to find a
Well,
bike.
remember, I went through this
Oh,
about
my.
a year ago. Remember trying to find my daughter a bicycle?
yeah,
Couldn't find one.
yeah.
And then we finally did. And that was the only one they had. And we grabbed it. It
Okay.
was perfect.
So here, check this out, guys. Mark Hales just wrote on our Facebook page.
Mark.
I had roadkill. I hit a pheasant with my car at the drag racetrack in 2012. Stopped, picked it up, barbecued it at the track. This is not an April Fool's joke. This is real.
Wow.
So he has actually done that.
Just does he want us to sit around believing this? No,
I mean,
sounds
is that
like
the way?
nonsense.
Is that the way they live in England?
You know what? There's a song
Wow.
by Ray Stevens called Deer Slayer.
Oh, I thought it's a street.
No, well, that too.
Okay.
But Deer
Oh.
Slayer, and it's about him. He's driving down the road, and a deer ran into his car.
Mhm.
So he goes,
Ew.
"Oh well, I can make me some venison stew out of this." So he puts it in the back seat of his car.
Uh-huh.
But then, come to find out, the deer was only knocked out, and it starts waking up and
Oh,
tearing
yeah.
up
Oh,
his
wow.
car. It's a
And he-
great song.
It's seen in the rear view mirror. The
Yeah.
deer is right. He wakes up and comes up through the back
Yeah,
seat.
it's a
and
great song.
Have either of you ever experienced a deer in your headlights?
Yes.
This is
Oh,
true.
yeah,
Have
yes.
you?
yeah.
Literally, you're
Mhm.
driving down the road and it's in front of you, and you literally stop dead, staring a deer right down the middle of your vehicle.
I did
That's a
that.
deer in the headlights.
I did that with a moose when I was traveling
A
through.
moose in the
moose.
headlights.
I was traveling through the UP.
Was it chocolate?
Yeah, get it, chocolate moose.
Hey-o.
I like that one. I like that.
Mark
Okay.
responded, by the way.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, I
All
see
right,
it
I'll
over
get
there.
back to him.
We were on the dark roads of the UP in the early morning hours, and I had been
Mhm.
tired as I had been traveling all the way from Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah.
The Buckeye State.
And there was in the middle of the night.
Uh-huh.
Whoo! I had to swerve it over. There was like a big moose
A
all of a
moose.
sudden looking down at our vehicle as
Yeah.
I drove up, and I swerved around him fast, and I nearly hit him.
I have a question to ask you. Was Rocky with him?
Hey, Rick.
I don't know, but
Why
it
didn't
was
he
it the
pull a
moose's-
rabbit out of my head?
What's the moose's name? Bullwinkle?
Bullwinkle. Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
One of my all-time favorite cartoons. Yeah.
Wow.
oh yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. There's no doubt
I've
about it.
literally stared a deer right down. I remember driving through the Ocala National Forest many moons ago. It was at nighttime. There was a deer in the middle of the road. I didn't see it till the last second. I stopped dead in my tracks. It didn't move,
Oh
and
my!
it just stared right at me through the windshield.
That deer was spooked for some sort of reason, I would gather. Usually they run like a deer
That's
and
my
they
deer in the
want to
headlight.
get out of the way.
That's
and
my boy. You have a good snap there.
I,
Wow. Dang. All right. But that's my deer in my headlight story.
I when I owned my liquor store out in Jupiter Farms,
Mhm.
I was leaving one night around 9:30, and I
Mhm.
had a deer in the middle of Indiantown Road out
Mhm.
there in the
Ooh.
middle of nowhere, and,
Yeah.
and he just went the other way.
We
thank
actually
goodness.
had them out where I live, believe it or not, Bonnie, out west on
Ooh. out by
on
Becker.
Village. Yeah,
there?
up by Becker out west. When you go over 95, there's that back road, Village Parkway,
Oh yeah.
that takes you up to Tradition. And there have been deer that even in the morning time when I'm driving to church, I'll catch a deer run across.
Really?
Yeah, it's
How-
really weird.
What is it about Florida where I never even see the deer down here?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I only saw one deer up this way,
Mhm.
one in like 18 years, and it was out on the side of the road on 95 when I was
I
traveling
see
north.
more coyote than anything else.
Yeah, coyotes are big down here.
Yeah.
Why
Coyotes
don't
are
I
very
ever
big
see
down
them?
here.
Where are they?
I've seen
Well,
coyote run
you-
across the street before in my neighborhood.
You
So
did?
you live
Yeah.
you live in a very dense populated area where your house is. So there's a lot of homes. The
Yeah.
coyotes, they more so migrate to where there's more like woodsy area.
Yeah.
So where I live way out west is closer, and I'm right on the county line. So just south of my house is a canal, and it's all woods, and just on the other side of 95 is all woods. So that's where a lot of the wild animals tend to migrate.
That makes
to.
sense. I did see a jaguarundi in the town of Port St. Lucie, where I live a
Who?
couple
What
of
is
times.
a jaguarundi?
A jaguarundi is
That's a big word for this show.
Yeah.
wild cat. And if you look it up, it's spelled jaguar and undi, UNDI.
Okay,
Look up an image of one.
a jaguarundi.
I saw one in town, and it was like hungry because it looks very prehistoric. And when I looked at it at first, I didn't know what it was.
Hmm.
It had a face like a fox,
Really?
a long
I've
tail,
never heard of that before.
a long tail
Now
like
you
a
have my
cat,
you have my curiosity up.
and
Wait
the
a minute.
body is particularly long, like a weasel.
How do you spell it?
We-
J-A-
I don't like weasels.
G-U-A-R-U-N-D-I.
Yeah, like a jaguar in your undie.
Oh, there it is right there.
Jaguar undie.
Wow. So it looks like a cat.
Yeah,
Wow.
it looks like a really this one looked like a prehistoric
Probably
looking.
smaller than a jaguar. It looks like there.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. That's kind of cool.
That's crazy.
It's different, isn't it? And I didn't know what it was about until I've seen it, but Topanga had a friend over from the country, from the farming country off of Midway Road, going out toward the fair. She starts talking about these jaguarundis, and I said, "What is one of those?" She's like, "It's like a cat. We see them out in the farming area." I looked it up, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I've seen that thing running around Port St. Lucie."
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is absolutely crazy. Jaguarundi kind of sounds like something you'd wear.
Well, I was about ready to say, I need
to buy
Jaguar print underwear.
Yeah, walk into the store. Could you tell me where your Jaguarundis are, please?
Yeah, Brand.
6:22. It's news time. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. If you're seeking COVID-19 immunization without the hassle of scheduling 2 shots, the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine is an appealing option, but it's not yet widely available on the Treasure Coast. The vaccine, manufactured by J&J Pharmaceutical, received FDA emergency use authorization February 27 and first appeared in Florida Department of Health vaccination records March 5. I think it's a really impressive vaccine, Governor Ron DeSantis said during a March 11 briefing at a Walgreens in Jacksonville. There's been strong demand for J&J. There were some seniors that were waiting for it. Other Floridians who have their hearts set on the J&J vaccine may have to wait a bit longer, as not all healthcare providers have received shipments, yet limited doses are available locally if you know where to look. Looks like Publix is the only Treasure Coast vaccine provider with designated Johnson & Johnson booking days in effect since March 10. The supermarket chain schedules the single-dose shot on Wednesdays and administers them at its retail pharmacies on weekends. Governor Ron DeSantis is saying thank you to about 180,000 teachers and another 3,600 principals across the state by asking the legislature to approve the use of federal funds for a $1,000 bonus, similar to the payments earmarked for first responders. Speaking in Palm Harbor, the governor said it was crucial to get students back to brick and mortar schools this year.
Having the doors open has been a huge success. It's been very important to so many families. We have people who move from these other schools open. I mean, it's incredible. And in some of these other places.
The governor says he's asking lawmakers to approve the bonus payments this session so the checks can go out as soon as possible. Parents have questions about children and COVID-19 vaccines. WPTV's Tori Dunnan has this story.
I feel like we just have to wait and see how it goes.
Teresa Beekle is a mom of 3 kids, enjoying a day at the beach as larger decisions loom on the horizon.
We don't know the repercussions, like later on, the long-term effects of the vaccination and how it's going to affect children.
She herself is vaccinated.
I took it because I'm in the medical field, and I felt like I had to. Working with people all the time.
But like many parents, has a laundry list of questions and concerns when it comes to vaccinating her children for COVID-19.
I feel like it was a lot for me to consider, let alone my children.
Some moms say no matter what decision they make regarding the COVID vaccine and their children, they know that, as is the case with many things during this pandemic, it will become part of mom shaming.
You get judged if you breastfed, you get judged if you didn't breastfeed, you get judged if your kids slept in your bed, you get judged if they slept in their crib, you get judged on everything. So for me, I just feel like, number one, I'm going to do what's right for my family based on the research I do and the research done by people who know more than me.
Melody Rodriguez has 3 kids and wants to know how effective the shot is and what effects children may experience.
I'm just cautiously optimistic. I am pre-registered to get my own vaccine.
Mom Sarah Weinstein is vaccinated herself and follows vaccine information closely.
So if these trials come out where, all the scientific data says that, hey, kids are doing well with this and it's very effective, and the CDC says we recommend it, then we will definitely want our girls to get it.
She is concerned about side effects.
Do children get the same side effects, or are they totally just they feel nothing and nothing. I think, that's definitely a big question for me, because I wouldn't want to put my kids through anything terrible.
Tori Dunnan, WPTV News Channel 5.
And lastly, 2 cops in Florida recently got married and were taking their wedding photos when a random guy was. So they dropped everything to help him. She, the bride, directed traffic in her wedding dress until help arrived. I hope it didn't get soiled or anything during it, and luckily the guy is okay, so all ends well. President Joe Biden, speaking the night before Major League ballparks reopened to fans throughout the country, stressed the importance of wearing masks and continuing to abide by health and safety protocols to prevent the spread of COVID-19, calling it a mistake for the Texas Rangers to open their stadium at full capacity for opening day. The Rangers Globe Life Field, which can seat 40,300 people, is the only Major League Baseball stadium that will allow 100% crowd capacity on opening day. News time is 6:27. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
.628, the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Phil is joining us this morning. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
We're not finding any accidents here on our roadways thus far on this Thursday morning. So if you're heading out, you got to get there by 7. Yes, it's looking like you should arrive on time. Traffic's good. There's your latest look at traffic. And a few rain showers this morning in Stuart in 69. And in Haleyville, Alabama, a clear sky in 38. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Today's forecast, a morning shower, then some sunshine through the lunchtime hours. Then we'll look for a chance for showers and thunderstorms 3 and 7 as a cold front will move on through. High temps in the mid 80s, turning windy and much colder tonight with low temperatures down into the 50s. High temperatures in the low 70s as we go into Easter weekend, staying on the cool side. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist James Wieland on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
We would love to hear from you. Send us an email to @gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Time now is 6:31 on the Get Up and Go show. It's time to do some viral videos. Now, here at the show, we're not going to try to give anybody a grammar lesson when we do these viral videos or anything like that. But there's a woman who posted a video of herself saying the same sentence 7 times. And each version had a different meaning depending on which word that she actually emphasized in the sentence. Now, the sentence is, I never said she ate my sandwich. The first 2 are kind of the same, but all the rest have different meanings. So let's listen.
This sentence has 7 different meanings depending on which word you stress. I never said she ate my sandwich, meaning I didn't say it, maybe someone else did. I never said she ate my sandwich. Here, I'm really denying the blame. I never said she ate my sandwich, meaning I maybe implied it, but I never said it. I never said she ate my sandwich, means I said someone else ate it. I never said she ate my sandwich, meaning maybe I said she dropped it. I never said she ate my sandwich, meaning I said I never said she ate my sandwich. She ate something of mine, but it wasn't my sandwich.
All right, so there you go. What do you take from all that?
Really impressive with that.
That sounds like when you're trying to talk to someone about something they did possibly wrong, or said possibly they said something possibly wrong, and they go, "No, I said maybe they did that." You know,
Yeah. It's kind of like you're emphasizing a word.
To emphasize their point.
Yeah, and if you were so good at it, every time you had to emphasize something, you could think ahead and use that strategy of knowing the word that you have to emphasize before getting the sentence out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Me personally, I just think she has too much damn time on her hands.
That could be.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Phil writing his top 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I'm taking in.
Hold on. Wait. Hold it. Wait for it. The studio audience has given Bonnie a standing ovation.
Oh, I'm taking a knee.
It was, I'm sorry, it was just there
Oh,
for
it was
the,
great.
It was just
Excellent.
for-
Bonnie, you couldn't have put it any better. That was great.
That was just wrong. I'm sorry.
Phil, you've been degraded down to a can of dog food.
I've eaten that already.
Okay.
Well, you
Man.
could take it this way. She was very good at it means you're very good at it.
Oh. Oh,
here
Maybe
we
too
go.
much time, but when the good things are coming.
Here we go, emphasizing words.
Yes. Bonnie, you can have the morning off tomorrow for that one. You deserve the morning off with that one.
Yeah.
So I have another I have a throwback Thursday video. We're going to go back to 1971.
One for the girl on the group.
We're going to go back to 1971. There was a video of an Apollo 15 commander whose name is David Scott on the moon doing a gravity experiment. Now, he drops a feather and a hammer at the same time to see which one will land first. Now, before I play the video, when we see the results, okay, Bonnie, which one do you think it's going to be? Do you think the hammer is going to land first on the ground, or do you think it's going to be the feather?
This is one of those tricky questions.
And this is on the moon?
Isn't it?
This is on the moon. This is a real experiment. I have the real video, and we're going to play the audio.
Well, I would definitely have to say the hammer. It's heavier and it makes
Okay.
more sense.
Okay.
All right,
Phil?
just for the sake of the competition here, I'll say the feather.
The feather.
Yes.
Okay. I can't pick neither because I've seen the video. But it's going to blow you away when you see the end result. All right, here we go.
Jim, we copied both solar wind and penetrometer drum in the ETB.
Not quite yet. I haven't put the solar wind in yet, but I will.
So there's the astronaut.
I want to watch this.
He's got the hammer. Hammer's in his right hand.
Beautiful picture, Dave.
Watch.
Well, in my left hand, I have a feather. In my right hand, a hammer. And I guess one of the reasons we got here today was because of a gentleman named Galileo a long time ago who made a rather significant discovery about falling objects in gravity fields. And we thought that where would be a better place to confirm findings than on the moon. And so we thought we'd try it here for you. The feather happens to be appropriately a falcon feather. And I'll drop the two of them here, and
Here we go.
hopefully they'll hit the ground at the same time.
Bam.
How about that?
Same
Hammer.
time.
That proves that Mr. Galileo was correct in his findings.
They both fell at the same time.
They both hit the ground at the same time. Now, I don't understand that. I don't
There's
understand
no gravity on the moon.
Right. So
Or very little, if any. Yeah.
But here's the thing. There's no gravity. So how did that hammer drop down so quickly when there's no gravity?
But
See, that's what I don't understand. And
the
the feather dropped
feather-
at the same speed.
at the same time.
Yeah. And they weigh totally different. Now, if you were to do that test here on Earth,
the hammer would fall.
the hammer
first.
would fall first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. So think about that one. Let that absorb inside and think about that.
Wow, this is too This is too smart for this
That's
show.
very
This is
scientific.
crazy.
That's
Something like different on the moon where there's like a different gravitational
yeah.
pull.
Has to be something like that.
I mean, both items fell at the same exact time.
Wow.
Literally.
That's really, really strange.
Yeah.
It is strange.
Yeah.
Wow,
Very-
I've actually learned something today.
Very, very different. Did the two of you know that 40% of men have said "I love you" by accident? I love you by accident.
Well,
have you
it
ever
sh-
been
it-
in the company of a guy?
It shouldn't be an accident if you're saying "I love you" to your spouse.
Right? No,
that's
no,
no accident.
But just in general, 47% of guys have said the word "I love you" by accident.
It
They
just
didn't mean to say
kind
it.
of sputters out.
It just
and
sputters out.
They're just kind of like caught in the moment of
Yeah.
were they feeling the real love, or
Yeah.
it was just a sense
Or was
of
it lust?
lust.
I remember the first time I said I love you to my wife.
Really?
It was at Club Safari.
Okay.
When I worked there.
All
And
right.
there was a lady who she was flirting with me, and my
Mm-hmm.
wife goes, was she flirting with girlfriend at the time? Sorry.
Yeah.
She goes, was she flirting
Tread
with you? And
lightly.
I said, don't worry about it. I love you. I don't love her. And I walked away. And she went, did he just say what I think he just
Did
said?
he
Yeah,
really say that?
you probably just said, "Did I just say what I think I said?"
But what a nice way to drive in the point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and that was
Yeah.
it.
That
you
was
know?
pretty smooth.
That was slick.
But and did you really
Yeah.
mean it now? Because
Of
that
course
was,
I
that
did,
was a
because
little bit
I would have been married 19 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
slick, Phil.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
Slick
That's
Phil.
pretty slick.
I
Mr.
remember that
Suave
vividly.
over here.
Rico Suave.
Rico
Thinking on
Suave.
his feet by bringing out that big love.
Suave.
Jeez. Did you know that families will send each other more than 10,000 text messages every single year? And the number one subject is what to eat.
Oh, right.
What to
What's
eat.
for dinner tonight?
What's for dinner tonight?
Kind of makes sense.
That's the most commonly thing that families send to each other.
I
What's
almost
to
bet
eat.
that's the most common thing when you're talking with your spouse on the phone. Well, it is right here. Like I've heard you talking to Rachel in the
Yeah.
past. And what are we bringing out for dinner
Yeah,
tonight?
what are we cooking for
What's
dinner?
Usually
Yeah.
surrounding
Yeah.
the food.
Now, I did
Yeah.
pick up that ham yesterday at the store.
So did
Oh,
I.
so did I.
Did you?
What color did you pick out? I picked out the one in the purple bag.
That's the one I got, the purple one.
Oh, I didn't look in
But
it's in
now
the fridge.
they had two different sizes.
Yeah.
Okay. They had the gargantua big one and they had the little baby ham.
Yeah.
So I got the baby ham because it's just me, Rachel, and Gavin.
Good.
So Rachel says, well, is that going to be enough to feed all of us? I'm like, well, if it's not, I'll just, figure something else out to eat. Gavin will eat it,
Mhm.
and she says, well, you could have got the big one because Gavin will pretty much eat the whole thing.
He likes his
He
ham,
loves his
huh?
ham. Yeah.
What'd you
loves his
get?
ham.
You got the honey bake?
Yeah, the honey bake with the glaze.
Yeah,
and all
that's
that.
what we got too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a spiral kind of already
Yeah,
sliced
they got
for
the
you.
best
Yeah.
ham.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
so. Did you guys know that money is the number one thing that couples argue about? That's true.
Yeah.
It really is.
That
Couples
never
argue about money.
surprises me. I bet most of the breakups are because of finances, and
Mhm.
you don't know what that other one is spending on the credit card.
Yeah. Phil, do you and V argue about money at all ever?
Oh yeah.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Bonnie, you and Gary?
We really don't, because when we came together,
Mhm.
we had been through things in both of us in our past
Yeah.
with finances and people,
Mhm.
and we've always been kind of on the same page.
Mhm.
I guess that's why it's worked.
Rachel and I have our own separate checking accounts.
Uh-huh.
But I have access to hers. She has access to mine.
Right.
Because we pay certain things out of certain accounts and things like that. And we move money around from other accounts.
That makes sense.
So
Yeah, we do that.
that's what we do.
Yeah.
Did you know that 35% of us say this is the most intimidating exercise to do I'm sorry. Let me read this again. Did you know 35% of us say this is the most intimidating exercise to do in public? It's yoga. It's yoga. Yoga is very intimidating to do in public.
I couldn't do that because there's certain. Oh, I would hurt myself.
Could you sit in that chair and cross your legs right now and do this?
Cross my legs.
Cross your legs.
Hold on.
And do.
I'll do
Wait,
this.
wait,
Hold
wait, wait. Let me give you the right music. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. No.
No.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Cross your legs.
I can't
Cross your legs Indian style. Your legs are too damn long. Are you zenning? All right. Phil's zenning right now.
Phil, that wasn't bad. It almost
not too bad.
He looked a little
Not
bit
too bad.
relaxed, like
Yeah.
you envied that position. It
I know.
looked relaxing.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it put me at ease.
Good morning. You're on the air with us.
Hi, this is Charles.
Hey, Charles.
That's
Phil's brother.
my brother.
Oh, it's your
Yeah.
brother.
Yes.
Oh. Hey, what's up, Charles?
Yeah. Hey, I just had a little scientific information regarding your moon experiment there.
Oh, okay. Now,
that actually
before we
seems-
go any further, do you have us
Yeah.
on a speakerphone or what kind of phone are you on? Because it sounds like you're sitting on your damn phone.
Hold on a
So
second.
pull the phone out your backside and hold it
Yeah.
up to your ear, please. How hard is that to do?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't have all
We're
year.
only
you know
on the
that.
air
we're
here.
only on the air till
Yeah.
9
Doing a
o'clock.
radio.
Okay,
There
that
we-
should be better.
Well, no, it still stinks, but go ahead.
kind of clear.
Okay, well, all right.
That's better.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's
Go ahead,
okay.
Charles.
No, so the experiment, I've seen this done like MythBusters and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no air on the moon,
Okay.
so that's what causes them both to drop at the same time. There's no drag, for the feather to be held up.
Oh.
That's because there's no air on the moon.
Yeah.
So all right. So, but here's the thing though.
There's no atmosphere.
There's no atmosphere. There's
Yeah.
no air. There's also no gravity. So why is it that when
There is a slight gravity on the moon.
okay, so there's a slight gravity opposed to being inside the International Space Station where there's no gravity?
Is that where they did it?
No, they did it on the moon. But
Oh.
what I'm asking you is,
Yeah, I know
if,
that. Yeah.
if you were to do that same experiment inside the International Space Station, hold the hammer in one hand, the feather in the other, you let them go. You're telling me that they're going to float away inside the International Space Station, but because of being on the moon, they're going to drop. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. Yeah, because they've even done it in like vacuum chambers here on Earth, and it does exactly the same thing.
That's interesting.
So no air,
Fascinating.
meaning there's no oxygen on the moon, and so
Yeah, there's nothing for it to slow it down.
wow.
Oh, wow.
So, like, if I were to travel to the moon, and I were to step outside onto the moon, I wouldn't. There's no air. Would that
Well, yeah, that's
be
why they
true?
wear the spacesuits.
Okay.
Because there's no oxygen. Plus, the temperature
Oh, wow.
is gosh knows how many degrees below zero
Yeah.
up there. You probably just disintegrate instantaneously.
Yeah, all the air would be taken away from your lungs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pretty much blow up.
Yeah, you would pretty much
implode,
you would implode.
right?
You
You
would pretty
implode,
much
yeah.
implode.
I have to hand it to our brave astronauts then, who even are brave to go to the moon, and those who do go to space.
Well, that's why they have those spacesuits, and they make sure those spacesuits
Yeah.
are like vacuum sealed tight shut, because the slightest little pinhole of a leak, and they would just be, pretty much dead in the water.
And that's why they're so selective with the people who
Yeah.
become astronauts and go there, I guess.
Exactly.
And there was like several dead monkeys before that. So
several
What
dead
do-
monkeys.
What the heck does dead monkeys have to do with
no,
it?
they sent monkeys up before, to test the stuff. And I guess when it landed, they're like, okay, well, Chim Chim's still alive, so we're good.
Chim.
They did the
Yeah.
same thing with
I have a monkey named Chim Chim, please.
They did the same thing with poor canaries to check for carbon monoxide down in the mines.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I heard that.
A bunch of miners, when they first started dying from carbon monoxide, they thought, wow, they look so peaceful. How did they really die? And then they found out about carbon monoxide. So they would bring a canary down with them, so you would know that canary would go first.
What's
and
your
that way
brother's
you would
name
know
again?
to get out of there.
Charles and Charles.
Oh, like he hasn't heard that joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's your scientific moment
first
brought to you
1,000
by
times, it'll find
Charles.
it.
All right, you know what? I think we're going to start
And we
doing.
still like Scott Baio, so
Hey, listen, I think we're going to do a new segment on the show starting next week. It's going to be called The Scientific Moment, brought to you by Charles.
There you go.
Once a week, we'll have you on and you can do the scientific moment.
I just watch Mythbusters. That's it.
All right, Charles, thanks for calling. We got to get rolling here. We got news coming up. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin for the best deals in town on precious metals. Make sure and visit our good friend Hawk Levy at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie has the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A company that would produce fancy charcoal for sustainable uses in industrial and environmental sectors could be calling Indiantown home. Green Carbon Solutions plans a facility to turn wood into biochar, a porous charcoal with a high carbon content. By heating it to a high temperature, you end up transforming the wood to be more porous in this process, and it ends up with the objective retaining the carbon. Company president Martin Ellis said the proposed 17.7 acre development north of Southwest Warfield Boulevard is to be reviewed Thursday by the Village Planning, Zoning, and Appeals Board. If approved by the Village Council, it would be green carbon facility, according to Ellis. We could be in for another busy Atlantic hurricane season. AccuWeather releasing their 2021 forecast, and they're predicting 16 to 20 named storms with 3 to 5 major hurricanes. Lead tropical and hurricane forecaster Dan Kodlowski says it's not just people along Florida's coast that have to worry.
Your property or your beach location or your home, if you live within 20 to 60 miles of the coast, could be impacted this season by a hurricane or tropical storm.
Last year, there were 30 named storms, which is the most on record. Hurricane season kicks off June 1st. 4 Treasure Coast nonprofits are teaming up to change the lives of students and families in Martin County. WPTV's Derek Lowe has details.
A priceless surprise.
Kind of came out of the sky. I was approached one day at Boys and Girls Club.
Jana Solomon says the Copper Key Scholarship is paving a path of success for her daughter and relieving a financial burden of her own.
It feels really cool to know that you're gonna go to college and stuff,
A full ride scholarship to any Florida university awarded to middle schoolers upon graduation from high school.
What we want is to reach young people right at the critical point where their decision making is really going to make a difference for their whole lives.
The foundation, made up of 4 Martin County nonprofits, selects students based not on academics, but character and potential. So far, 5 students have been selected.
I feel like I have a kind of responsibility because I feel like I've been chosen to be in this program for a reason.
The Copper Key Scholarship Program not only and nutritional coaching.
It just makes me feel really good to know that someone saw in her what I see in her.
The experience of talking to them and seeing how they, how their hearts swelled at this opportunity is like.
In Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV.
Lastly, it's no secret that President Joe Biden is a big fan of Amtrak. Well, before becoming president, Biden was likely the most prominent and vocal supporter of the rail service. Now that Biden's in office, major changes could be coming to Amtrak. Following Biden's announcement of a $2.2 trillion infrastructure plan, Amtrak released plans for throughout the U.S. The plan calls on creating 30 new routes, adding more trips on 20 existing routes, and extending service to 160 new communities. The additional services would be in place by 2035, Amtrak says. So April 1st, and everybody get excited about April for sports because up and coming, so much happening. Major League Baseball gets a start today. The Final Four is this Saturday with Baylor versus Houston and Gonzaga versus UCLA. Then, of course, the championship game on Monday. The Masters is next weekend. And the NFL draft starts already April 29th. Our news time is 6:51. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
6:52 right now, the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Phil is joining us this morning. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Waterway Dermatology. Dr. Ryan Shearing, located at 1050 Monterey Road in Stewart, bringing personalized health care back to dermatology. Waterway. Bonnie?
Well, northbound on the turnpike this morning up in Vero Beach, there is an accident, and this is at mile marker 189, turnpike northbound up that way. No roadblock from that accident. Back here in Martin County, expect the roads to be good this morning. We're not finding any accidents, no tie-ups. There's your latest look at traffic. Cloudy at 69 in Port St. Lucie and Kemi, Finland. A clear sky in 37. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Today's forecast, a morning shower, then some sunshine through the lunchtime hours. Then we'll look for a chance for showers and thunderstorms between 3 and 7. Front will move on through. High temps in the mid 80s, turning windy and much colder tonight with low temperatures down into the 50s. High temperatures on Good Friday only in the low 70s as we go into Easter weekend, staying on the cool side. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist James Wieland on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Time now is 6:58 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. Phil is joining us in studio today on the April 1st edition.
Hi.
What are you, Pee Wee Herman?
I know you have one of mine.
Okay, all right. That was a really bad. Link,
Yes, it
Pee Wee
was.
Herman.
Absolutely.
That was really bad.
I can
So-
do the laugh, but that's
no,
it.
that's okay. Coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, Joe Catcherbone's going to be here from the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, the Vice Mayor of the City of Stuart, Mr. Merritt Matheson, going to be here talking about some things that are going to be happening all around Stuart, along with Public Information Officer Brian Bosio. And then, of course, we'll have Phil's taste test and a very special top 10 list pertaining to Sergeant Brian Bosio. So,
yes,
as they say in the world of Top 40 radio, stick and stay, don't go away, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back right here at WSTU Stuart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Madam Announcer. It is April the 1st, otherwise known as April Fool's Day.
Come here, we need to talk. I've got to tell you something.
All right, well, come over here and sit on my lap, and we'll have a conversation.
How did we become so dull and pathetic?
Well, I don't know. We're not dull and pathetic.
Today is a very special day.
All right, well, what kind of special day is it? Well, you ask. Well, I'll tell you right after I give the time, which is 8:08. Actually, 7:08, Mr. Clock. That's why we have these things to verify.
It's now 7:08 a.m.
I was jumping ahead an hour. Sorry about that, Bonnie.
7:08
Yes.
a.m.
Evan, somebody left an extra check on the wall for you today.
They did?
April Fools.
Oh. Damn it. Damn it.
Hey-o!
Oh.
Oh, she's getting you today.
Damn.
All right, 2 for the girl.
Wow.
The new girl. That's it right there.
All right. I'm going to fix your arse.
Okay.
I'm going to fix your arse. You wait till, you wait. Oh, you wait. Boy, I've been saving something for you that I haven't done yet. And I said,
you might have to wear a helmet, Bonnie.
Yeah, I'm going to fix your whack.
Is it going to be part of Phil's taste test?
Oh, no. Oh, no. When you least
today.
when you least expect it, expect it. That's all I'm going to say. When you least expect it, expect it.
It better not be too extreme. I need to get some sleep this afternoon.
Oh, it won't be extreme, but it's just going to catch you off guard.
All right.
That's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Not going to tell you when it's going to happen, but it's just going to catch you completely off guard today.
Maybe by April 2nd, we'll know about it.
Well, you may be mentally scarred for life after I do
Now,
this.
be careful. Bonnie has killed a man.
Yes,
So-
this is true. This is true. Let's do birthdays and anniversaries. All right, so we have birthdays, anniversaries, and back in the day. And Bonnie, you have your sheet of paper out ready?
Oh, yeah, you keep score. That's right.
Yeah, we keep score all week.
We do.
Yeah, to see which day has the
And-
most people we don't know.
I'm going to say happy birthday also to Denise Schillings Sherman. She was that lovely girl that we had in studio like a year and a half ago with me.
Oh.
With the brown hair and glasses. Remember, she looked like my sister.
Okay.
And she lives over in the Claremont area. And
Right.
Denise, happy birthday, lovely
Well,
Denise.
I'm calling somebody for their birthday.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of a weird, strange circle type thing because my stepdaughter, my bonus daughter from my ex-wife, who I'm very close with, her son is celebrating his birthday today.
Okay, is this like the circle of trust or something?
Well,
like
I don't know what the heck you want to call it.
by the way, tomorrow is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
Really?
Yeah.
You're stealing my thunder.
That's tomorrow.
That's right. You're stealing my thunder.
Oh, please.
Not too early to think about it, I guess.
No.
All right, so here we
Peanut
go. I'm
butter and
calling
jelly
Ray Ray.
sandwiches.
And originally April
Hold on.
was the.
Hold on. Stifle yourself, please.
I was trying to kill
Hold
time
on.
while
No,
you,
you don't have to-
it was
you don't have to
ringing.
kill time. Let's see if he answers.
Ringy dingy ding.
If he don't answer, or if he answers and I wake him, he's going to be so mad at me.
Laughing.
All right, here we go. It's 3 rings.
Now, this is your daughter's son?
Yeah,
or
this is
something?
my stepdaughter's
Your stepdaughter's son?
Yeah, older son. 4 rings and he didn't answer. All right, this is 5 rings and he didn't answer. Probably doesn't recognize the number.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
6 rings. Oh, wait.
Please leave your message
I can't give the number out on the air. Let it go by. All right.
for 1 8.
All right. Oh, what? Okay, here we go. Hey, Ray Ray, it's Evan and
Bonnie
and
They call me Phil.
and we all want to wish you a
Happy
birthday.
live on the radio. So there you go. You got your
Yeah.
birthday wish. Talk to you later. Too bad, so sad you missed it.
Hugs and
All right.
kisses.
Anyway,
That was pretty cool. He's going to hear that, and that's
Yeah.
going to sound pretty cool to
That's
him.
if he
be
even
like,
checks his
what?
voicemail.
Yeah.
he's gonna be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
He'll probably call the number back and probably this call from this number.
Maybe.
Sound like he's drunk. Is that what you're
No.
implying there?
No.
But by the way, did you know April formerly was the second month of the year under the Romanian calendar.
Oh,
Really?
the Romans.
Roman calendar.
April was the second month. Yeah, it's funny how things are different in different societies and
Okay.
establishments, how they do it differently.
All right. Asa Butterfield, 24 years old today. That's the Ender and Ender's Game. Bonnie, do you know who that is?
Wait,
Get
I
your pen out.
don't.
All right.
No,
that's
Bill's
one.
involved with
No,
this.
I don't know that one
All right,
either.
that's one.
We all don't know
All right.
it.
Mackenzie Davis, 34 years old today. That's Cameron of AMC's Halt and Catch Fire.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
me neither.
No, that's number 2. Hillary Scott, 35 years old today. That's Lady Antebellum singer. I know who that is.
Yes,
Why, of
I know who
course.
Hillary
Need
Scott.
You
yeah,
Now.
I know
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Need You
Oh,
Now.
that's a good song.
Matt Lanter is 38. That's the time traveler Wyatt Logan on NBC's Timeless. I have no idea
No.
who that is.
I don't know it.
That's another one, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Taron Killam is 39. That's the star of ABC sitcom Single Parents. No idea who that is.
Phil?
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
Sam Huntington is 39. That's Josh the neurotic werewolf on Being Human.
Nope.
I don't
Nope.
either.
Don't. Wow, we're
No.
we're just killing it
See,
here.
I think there's just too
All right.
much TV, too many
All right. That's
channels
what it is,
nowadays.
yeah.
All right.
That
Kip Moore is 41.
Why, of
That's the
course.
music artist.
Of
country
course.
music
I don't know
artist.
that
the
one.
sexy
Okay.
Kip Moore. We're gonna leave that as we're not gonna mark a check.
I didn't think you would. You
Sexy
called him
Kip
sexy.
Moore.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you think he's sexy.
pretty sleek.
Looks
Bonnie
good.
thinks
Looks
he's
good in
hot.
jeans.
He's like an Adam Levine of country music,
Ooh.
maybe.
Oh, listen.
Oh, Bonnie.
Now we know Bonnie's type now.
All right. Well,
That
now
and
first-
Brian Williams.
I was just going to say first Brian Williams.
Well, part of the Dr. Phil show a while back when was all about this lady being in love with Kip Moore.
Yeah.
And she thought Kip Moore was going to like call her and she was leaving her husband for him and everything. Dr. Phil had to kind of bring her down to earth a little
Yeah.
bit.
Wow.
You know, that he's not going to be on the show. He's not here, lady.
All right.
But she was infatuated with him.
All right.
And
Yeah.
WWE superstar, the Viper, Randy Orton, 41
Yes, I
years
know
old
him.
today. I know him too.
I know him.
hmm Bonnie, you know who he
I
is?
do not. But
You might fall in love with him when you see what he looks like.
a sleek wrestler, or is he a mighty beefy one?
He's a very, let's just say he's very well built. He's very
Yeah,
well chiseled.
Yeah.
Bijou Phillips is 41. That's Danny Masterson's wife, China and Mackenzie's naughty half sister. No idea who that
No,
is.
don't know that.
Danny Masterson's wife on what show?
It doesn't say.
Yeah. well,
Don't know that.
Doesn't say.
Don't know that.
I know of Danny Masterson from that 70s show, right? He played Hyde.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about
don't
No,
know.
that's
his
another
wife.
check. Rachel Maddow is 48 years old today. That's the first openly gay anchor ever to host a primetime news show. Now,
Yeah.
I know who
Ratings
that
are
is.
We
horrible
know
on
Rachel
her
Rachel Maddow.
Yeah,
I
her ratings
know
are.
Francis, 48 years old today. That's Girls Gone Wild founder. That's
Oh
the,
yeah, I know him.
That's
Yeah.
the guy who found Girls Gone Wild.
Remember that 12 o'clock at night on the UHF channel, seeing those commercials.
Yeah,
where-
51 or 33 or 39 or
And
one of
did
those.
the girls really go wild?
They
Oh
on
yeah,
it?
they would take you would order
Yeah.
the videotapes,
Yeah.
and then it would be, he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And the girls would take their tops off and stuff
Really?
like that.
That,
Yeah,
he made
it
it
was.
that easy. And
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
were drunk half
Very
the time.
simple.
Yeah,
they
simple.
they got their 15 minutes of fame.
That's
exactly
doing
it.
that.
Yeah.
and
Yep. Suzanne Boyle, 60 years
Yep.
old today.
Know
Know
her.
who she is.
We do.
Very,
Yes.
very
yes.
nice, lovely voice. And Annette O'Toole is 69. That's Martha Kent, Superman's mom on Smallville.
Yes.
Well, of course. How old is
s-
she?
69.
60.
She's also been in a
Wow.
lot of other TV series
Yep.
and movies. Yeah.
Celebrating birthdays in the heavens, Gordon Jump passed away in 2003. That's Mr. Carlson on WKRP
Yes.
Cincinnati.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know who that is, Phil?
Yes.
All right. How about Debbie Reynolds? Passed away in 2016.
Yep.
Singing in the Rain.
Yep.
Debbie Reynolds, wasn't she the mom of the girl from Star Wars? Am I thinking of?
You're talking about Princess Leia's
Yeah.
mom. I don't know, but I know Debbie Reynolds. She's great in that movie, Singing in the Rain.
Mhm.
I actually saw that in the movie theater a couple of years ago. The movie theater was showing like classic movies once a week,
Uh-huh.
and seeing Singing in the Rain, which is a classic movie,
Mhm.
in Technicolor on the big screen is a whole different experience than watching it on your TV.
Debbie Reynolds. Oh, it looks like that is Princess Leia's mom.
Is it? Is it her?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I remember back in the day where they dyed like 2 days apart
Yeah,
within
'cause,
one another.
She died. Princess Leia died. I can't
First,
think of her.
the daughter died first,
Yeah, and then the mom died. Yeah.
possibly from heartbreak, they were saying,
Yeah.
but it was a weird thing. It was just like in 2 days of
Mhm.
one another.
Yeah.
Today is April Fool's Day, April the 1st, 2021. So today is the day you play tasteful jokes on people. And notice I say tasteful. Tasteful, not tasteless.
Yeah.
Tasteful. You may be tasteless after Phil's taste test later on today. Today is also National Walking Day. So everybody should get out and walk around a little bit. So, and it's also 3 days before Easter Sunday. Good Friday is this Friday.
Is Easter early this year?
You know what? It
It's
happens
a little bit later. This
Sometimes
year.
it happens early, sometimes it happens later.
And
Gavin
sometimes
was
in
born on
March.
Easter Sunday.
Was Gavin born in April?
Yeah, he was born April 20th.
April 20th.
Yeah, April 20th
That's
was
a
when
really
Easter Sunday
late
was.
Easter
late
Sunday.
Easter. Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
So it is kind of earlier than normal this year. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was later because isn't it in March, even late March
I
sometime?
don't know. It's all over the place.
You know what? It's
It-
wherever it falls on the calendar.
One of those that goes all over the board.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
As long as National Prune Breakfast Month is still coming, I'm good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I like to celebrate National Prune Breakfast Month. so.
64 years ago today, in 1957, April Fool's prank, the BBC announced that because of a mild winter in Switzerland, spaghetti trees were producing more spaghetti than normal.
I
Yeah.
wish there really was a spaghetti tree.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be so much fun?
That would be great.
And then
Just
you-
slap a little sauce on it and you're all good to go.
Yeah, and you could press a button to make it if you wanted
I know.
linguine.
I'd rather
or-
have a money tree.
Well, I agree with you there.
Money tree would be awesome.
I'll take a money tree.
because
any
then
day.
you could buy all the spaghetti you wanted, I guess.
Exactly.
You could
Exactly.
have the
There you
money
go.
tree.
58 years ago today, in 1963, General Hospital made its debut as a half-hour show. It expanded to 45 minutes in July of 76 and finally stretched to a full hour. Now, my question is, how the heck do you have a soap opera on TV for only 45 minutes?
Well,
What do you fill 15 minutes worth of
back
commercials?
then they had all different wacky times for TV series back in the 50s and early 60s, especially the 50s, because
Yeah.
it was like they were just trying to fill time.
And the Guiding Light actually was one of the earliest. It started on radio, and it was like only 15 minutes on radio when it got its start.
Now, when Johnny Carson originally took over the Tonight Show in 1962, the show originally went on at 11:15 at night,
Imagine that.
and he had to do an hour and 45 minutes of
Wow.
show, and half the time the affiliates didn't pick up the first 15 minutes. They came on at 11:30 because of the news.
Yeah.
So he would pretend to be sick, and he would wouldn't do the monologue at 11:15. He's like, "Oh, I'm not feeling good."
Oh, really?
And,
you would
yeah.
do that? That was who now?
Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson.
And then,
no kidding.
so he would go on at 11:30, and eventually, after about 3 months, they gave up on the 15 minutes and cut it back.
And you
Yeah.
know, you could see Johnny Carson doing that sort of thing, like touching his stomach. And
Yeah.
I could picture it.
He said in an interview on Late Night with David Letterman one time
Oh.
about that whole thing. It was great. An hour. You think doing an hour and a half of TV is nuts? Try doing an hour and 45 minutes.
How about an hour and 50 minutes?
Bring on the band and more bands.
Yeah.
For-
So
for-
he had Ed McMahon
Yeah.
and Sketch Henderson, who was the original band leader, do the first 15 minutes at that
Oh,
point. Yeah.
or bring on a baton twirler or two. Anybody that has talent, you're welcome.
Yeah.
In 1996, Taco Bell had an April Fool's prank where they said they bought the Liberty Bell and were renaming it the Taco Liberty Bell.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sweet.
Outrage had ensued big time.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
I sort of do.
I just read it. I just read the facts. That's all. It's
Just the facts, ma'am.
It's just in front
Just
of
the
me.
facts,
That's all I
ma'am.
got to say. 7:21 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Phil's joining us in studio today on April Fool's Day. It's time for news. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie with the headlines.
Thanks, Evan. Publix is the only Treasure Coast vaccine provider with designated Johnson & Johnson booking days in effect since March 10. The supermarket chain schedules the single-dose shot on Wednesdays and administers them at its retail pharmacies on weekends. Customers also may opt to book weekday Moderna appointments in a scheduling system designed to promote choice, Publix said in a March 8th statement, but its success depends on supply. Parents have questions about children and COVID-19 vaccines, and here's WPTV's Tori Dunnan.
I feel like we just have to wait and see how it goes.
Teresa Bickel is a mom of 3 kids, enjoying a day at the beach as larger decisions loom on the horizon.
We don't know the repercussions, like later on, the long-term effects of the vaccination and how it's going to affect children.
She herself is vaccinated.
I took it because I'm in the medical field, and I felt like I had to. Working with people all the time.
But like many parents, has a laundry list of questions and concerns when it comes to vaccinating her children for COVID-19.
I feel like it was a lot for me to consider, let alone my children.
Some moms say no matter what decision they make regarding the COVID vaccine in their children, case with many things during this pandemic, it was mom shaming.
You get judged if you breastfed, you get judged if you didn't breastfeed, you get judged if your kids slept in your bed, you get judged if they slept in their crib, you get judged on everything. So for me, I just feel like, number one, I'm going to do what's right for my family based on the research I do and the research done by people who know more than me.
Melody Rodriguez has 3 kids and wants to know how effective the shot is and what effects children may experience.
I'm just cautiously optimistic. I am pre-registered to get my own vaccine.
And follows vaccine information closely.
So if these trials come out where, all the scientific research and data says that, hey, kids are doing well with this and it's very effective and the CDC says we recommend it, then we will definitely want our girls to get it.
She is concerned about side effects.
Do children get the same side effects, or are they totally just they feel nothing and nothing I think, that's definitely a big question for me, because I wouldn't want to put my kids through anything terrible.
Tori Dunnan, WPTV News Channel 5.
With the eyes of the country on the trial of Derek Chauvin, the police officer charged in the death of George Floyd last summer, we went to Fort Pierce to see if training for local law enforcement would change in the wake of that tragedy. WPTV's John Shaman has the story.
Defense Tactics Lab and in the classroom, the next group of men and women who want to protect and serve are being put through their paces at the Treasure Coast Public Safety Complex in Fort Pierce.
We have a strong obligation to make sure that we're creating the best recruit we can for the local agencies.
Wendy Morse is the new director for the Criminal Justice Training Institute. She spent more than 25 years with the West Palm Beach Police Department and hired many recruits from this Indian River State College facility.
I have a recruit that's 48 years old, so we have recruits all ages now that want to get into law enforcement.
Morse says the George Floyd case, while not top of mind, could down the road change some lesson plans.
What happens in the world of law enforcement is when there are shifts in the way we do business, that becomes more of a political decision that's made.
In fact, the Florida Department of Enforcement is looking at its entire teaching curriculum right now. Changes are being discussed before the legislature. Topics and themes that would be added include empathy, implicit and explicit bias, and serving your community.
You'll see cops all over the country trying to be better as a result from the lessons learned over what has just recently even transpired.
And as of now, there are no problems when it comes to getting new police recruits here on the Treasure Coast.
Taser, taser, taser!
Morse says what's key is making sure their training matches what their real-world partners are engaged with. The St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office just announced they were going to outfit their officers with tasers and body cameras.
We are in the process of getting our own body cameras here so that we can support our local agencies.
So these students are ready to go. In Fort Pierce, John Shaman, WPTV. News Channel 5.
And lastly, a Mexican restaurant in Ohio called The Battleground had a rough night last weekend. They were understaffed, service was slow, and people had to wait forever to get their food. But one couple saw how hard they were working, stayed 3 hours, and never got their food, but still left the staff a $1,000 tip. And in other restaurant news, the fast food chain Whataburger just announced they've handed out $90 million in bonuses to its employees for working so hard this past year. The Los Angeles County Sheriff says detectives have determined what caused Tiger Woods to crash his SUV last month in Southern California, but would not release details Wednesday, citing unspecified privacy concerns for the Gulf star. Woods suffered serious injuries in the February 23 crash when he struck a raised median around 7 a.m. in Rolling Hills Estates. The Genesis SUV he was driving crossed through two oncoming lanes and uprooted a tree on a downhill stretch that police said is known for wrecks. Wood is in Florida. He's recovering from multiple surgeries. News time 7:27. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
Seven now to Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Right here in Martin County, Evan, the roads are nice and clear. We don't have any accidents or tie-ups on this Thursday morning. But if you head north to the north of us on the Turnpike up in Fort Pierce at mile marker 193 northbound Turnpike, there is an accident and no roadblock showing. And there's your latest look at traffic. 71 here in Stuart in Chillicothe, Missouri. It's 27. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Today's forecast, a morning shower, then some sunshine through the lunchtime hours. Then we'll look for a chance for showers and thunderstorms between 3 and 7 as a cold front will move on through. High temps in the mid-80s, turning windy and much colder tonight with low temperatures down into the 50s. High temperatures on Good Friday, only in the low 70s as we go into Easter weekend, staying on the cool side. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist James Wheeland on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
7:31 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Phil is joining us, and on our line right now is a gentleman that heads up the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce. The Stuart Martin, it's the Stuart Martin Chamber. Joe Catcherbone is joining us. Folks, if you have a business out there, I can't stress enough, if you're not a member of the Stuart Martin, well, you know what? You're missing out on an awful lot. That's all I'm going to say. That's the whole nut in the shell pretty much, because the benefits are endless. It's just endless possibilities, networking opportunities. It just does not end. And Joe is joining us on our line right now. Joe, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How's everyone today?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. And you? How are you and yours doing?
We're doing great. Doing very well. Thank you.
That's good. How's life at the chamber? How's all our good family and friends doing down there?
Well, we're doing well. I got a little bit, I don't want to say bad news, but I'll say sad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Caitlin is moving on to greener pastures.
No.
He was offered a position as an events coordinator for a senior living home out in Tradition.
Really?
So she'll be leaving us on April 9th.
Now, you're not pulling an April Fool's joke on us now,
No,
are you?
I wish I was. I'm not.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
So who's going to take her place?
Well, I don't know. I'm interviewing someone this afternoon at 1:00.
Okay.
And I'll have a couple of more interviews. So I'm not sure how we're going to handle.
All right.
Morning, Joe. Let's see. We're scheduled for the 22nd. So I may have to do some training to handle that myself on the 22nd.
Okay. All right.
Well,
Wow.
we'll figure something out.
Well, we're gonna see.
devastated.
We're gonna miss seeing Caitlin in that Zoom meeting.
Yeah,
We've
she's always in my top left window.
gotten so used to seeing her.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just get a cutout picture of her and put her in the top left window. So it'll feel like she's there.
But the exciting thing is you're going to be seeing a new event coordinator
that's
in there
true.
for the chamber too, and we're excited for Caitlin too.
Hey, maybe we can do like they do at the baseball stadiums. We can get a cutout of Caitlin and put it in a chair, and this way she'll always be at the Zoom meetings.
Okay, we'll figure something out. Yeah, we don't want to take anything away from our new person.
No. I know that. I know.
The lady I'm interviewing this afternoon has got a wonderful resume. It's really, really good. I just don't know if we can afford her. So we'll have to. We'll have to work out.
Well, I can handle that. We can negotiate. I'll be your negotiator. How's that?
But we never want you to lose Amy. She sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Oh yeah, our whole staff is. Thank you for saying that, Bonnie. But our whole staff is, and there's criteria. I don't do drama, so everybody has to get along. It has to mesh, and when you get that perfect harmony in a team,
right?
It's difficult at times to. Well, at best, it's a learning curve, for that person, the new person, to get used to everyone. So, but some good news is, we had laid off Bonnie, who was our one of our staff, and we're bringing her back. Not as an events coordinator. She'll be coming back as her other job. She was an administrative assistant.
Okay.
So she'll be coming back.
What's her name?
In a week or two. So that's some good news. So
Bonnie asked what her name was.
Bunny Helvey. Helvy. Yeah.
Ah, Bunny. So now we have a Bunny. Okay.
Bunny Helvey.
Bunny Helvey.
12 or 13 years, and then of course COVID hit. We had to lay off people. She was one of them who got caught up in it. So thankfully, she was still available when we called her this week.
Bunny Helvey, and she's with you just in time for Easter.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
That's really cool.
What's been going on lately at the chamber, Joe? Fill us in if you would, please.
Well, we're again now. We're obviously retooling, and we're changing our focus. I think I mentioned a little bit last week, and we still don't have a clear-cut path. But when I got here, I don't mean to be redundant, but to reiterate, when I got here in '89, we did a survey. I wanted a survey done of our members to see where the bumps in the road were, see what their concerns were. And the number one in 1989, their number one concern is they couldn't hire help. And here we are 30 some years later, and it's still their number one priority. They can't hire people. So we're going to change our focus. We recognize that our events are, at least in the near future, aren't going to come back to where they were prior to COVID. And so we're going to retool and refocus. And our focus now is with other organizations, Career Source the economic development, the other chambers, is to start trying to provide our employers with a trained workforce. So that's going to be our new goal, our new push. You're going to hear a lot more of it, obviously, coming in the future, but that's where we're heading right now.
Hey, Joe, why is the reason why they can't find or hire people? Is it
Well,
the quality of people coming in for interviews?
Well, the problem really is we don't have industry here where there's a turnover or a trained workforce available, like in Orlando, like in Palm Beach, like in Miami-Dade, where there is industry, where there are large corporations, where people are available, even if they leave the employer they're with. There's other opportunities out there. So we don't have anywhere for them to go. So what we have to do is, there's no sense in us training welders. There's no welder jobs here. So we need to find out what the need is of our employers, and that's also going to be something that we'll be doing surveys and things of that nature, and then lean towards, I don't care whatever the occupation may be. Our targeted industry is marine industry and aviation, and so those two areas, obviously, there are jobs here, and a lot of in the past, what's happened is the kids have been coming out of high school, going off to four-year universities and never coming home. Ken Pruitt, our state senator, used to call it a brain drain, and it was, and still is, except now that the trend has changed. Do you know, in 2018, 168 colleges went out of business in this country.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Yeah. So think about that. Why? Supply and demand. The kids are coming out of high school anymore. They may go to a 2-year IRSC, for instance, and get an associate degree or something like that. But they're not going off to the 4-year universities. They're wanting to go into the workforce, but yet we're not preparing them. Although I have to say, our high schools have got academies that are training kids in the workforce, but there needs to be more. So IRSC is working on a center that's going to be up in Fort Pierce. We're going to have a training here. It's in the works right now on the airport. So things are in place to fix that. So when one of our kids come out of high school, they're going to be prepared to go into the workforce.
Is it lack of vocational schools?
So that's what our focus is, and hopefully we're going to fix that and with an immediate fix. I mean, I'm not talking about 5 years from now. We want to start now, soon, get it going.
I know we're never in a shortage of AC repairmen around Southern Florida.
Oh my God!
Yeah, right.
Well,
Plumbers.
Yes, plumbers.
Building and trades industry is always looking for people, and right now the building and trades industry is, they're going full blast. You try and get a carpenter or a plumber or an electrician to come out today. Forget it. Or tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're very busy. And one of the problems we ran into years ago, we addressed it Indian River State College. And we had some of the building and trades people meeting with us, and the school ready to do an internship program. And then our members found out they had to pay these kids as apprentices. And so the consensus from the building and trades industry, unfortunately, you mean to tell me you want me to take one of my trained journeymen who's making X amount of dollars an hour and then put a trainee with him, which is going to affect his productivity, and I'm paying. So I lose productivity from my trainer, and then I'm paying the trainee, and it doesn't work for us. And so they walked away from it.
Wow.
Well, there's a change. Workforce development has changed. CareerSource has money to do that. So now we need to track that down. We need to find out how we can get that money that's coming through CareerSource to use for internship programs to pay these trainees. And that we think is the road to success in doing that. And we think that can happen. So right now we're doing our due diligence to see how we can make it happen.
Joe, if somebody wants to reach out to you to get their business involved with the chamber and take advantage of all the amenities, and it's literally countless, endless amenities, how do they reach you?
They can call me at 772-287-1088. My extension is 108. I'd be happy to speak to anyone about anything. Or you can go to our website, stuartmartinchamber.org. Had several new members last week, but we can put that off till next week if you'd like.
No, go ahead. Rifle through the names real quick. We have a minute or two left.
Yeah, Palm City Pool and Spa.
Okay.
On Road. They've joined.
All right.
Hope Wellness. They're a physician, chiropractor, and acupuncture on Monterey Road. Lemon Tree Hair Salon on Federal Highway. Illustrated Property. Patty Kodach is the agent. They've obviously real estate brokers and associates. Victory Auto Group. They're on Monterey Road. They sell new and used auto as well as doing maintenance. Gene Golden, PA, an attorney who is also in Stewart. And NIA South Coast, Dick Allman, broker, real estate, commercial real estate broker. So we had a good week last week. Amy's out there signing them up, and everything's going great.
That's a beautiful thing. That's Joe Catrabone. He heads up the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce. Joe, always a pleasure to have you on the program each and every week to give us an update what's happening,
My
all
pleasure,
things.
guys, and have a good Easter, Passover, and whatever else you're celebrating. Enjoy.
We'll say happy holiday to cover all the
Yeah.
branches.
Covers it all. Look
All
forward
right,
to speaking
Joe.
with you next week.
Take care, buddy. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye now. 7:43 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Phil's joining us. It's time for news, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin for the best deals on precious metals anywhere. Go see Hawk Levy at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Here's Bonnie with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning. Governor Ron DeSantis is saying thank you to about 180,000 teachers and another 3,600 principals across the state by asking the legislature to approve the use of federal funds for a $1,000 bonus, similar to the payments earmarked for first responders. Speaking in Palm Harbor, the governor said it was crucial to get students back to brick and mortar schools this year.
Having the doors open has been a huge, huge success. It's been very important to so many families. We have people who move from these other states just because we have schools open. I mean, it's incredible, the frustration in some of these other places.
The governor says he's asking lawmakers to approve the bonus payments this session so checks can go out as soon as possible. We could be in for another busy hurricane Atlantic season. AccuWeather releasing their 2021 forecast, and they're predicting 16 to 20 named storms, with 3 to 5 of those becoming major hurricanes. Lead tropical and hurricane forecaster Dan Kudlowski says it's not just people along Florida's coast that have to worry.
Your property or your beach location or your home, if you live within 20 to 60 miles of the coast, could be impacted this season by a hurricane or tropical storm.
4 Treasure Coast nonprofits are teaming up to change the lives of students and families in Martin County, and WPTV's Derek Lowe has the details.
A priceless surprise.
Kind of came out of the sky. I was approached one day at Boys and Girls Club.
Jana Solomon says the Copper Key Scholarship is paving a path of success for her daughter and relieving a financial burden of her own.
It feels really cool to know that you're gonna go to college and stuff,
A full ride scholarship to any Florida university awarded to middle schoolers upon graduation from high school.
What we want is to reach young people right at the critical point where their decision making is really going to make a difference for their whole lives.
The foundation, made up of 4 Martin County nonprofits, selects students based not on academics, but character and potential. So far, 5 students have been selected.
I feel like I have a kind of responsibility because I feel like I've been chosen to be in this in this program for a reason.
The Copper Key Scholarship Program not only focuses on student recipients, but also families, providing services such as budgeting and nutritional coaching.
It just makes me feel really good to know that someone saw in her what I see in her.
The experience of talking to them and seeing how they, how their hearts swelled at this opportunity is like.
In Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV.
And lastly, the makers of Cup Noodles just announced they're bringing the O back, and it's officially Cup O Noodles again. Phil's looking like, oh, that's what it was when it debuted in the U.S. back in 1971. They changed it in 93, but a survey found 80% of us still say the O anyway. Do you say cup noodles? I don't. I always say cup o noodles.
I say cup of noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or cup noodle. I've said cup noodle too.
Yeah.
So,
So they're bringing it back for the 50th anniversary. They posted on Instagram and said it's for real. So it doesn't sound like an April Fool's thing or anything.
Yeah.
So look for those cup o noodles. Well, now when you go
get me a
grocery
big
shopping.
can of it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And four-time major champion Brooks Koepka said he's busy as hell trying to recover from surgery on his right knee. The question is whether he can return in time for the Masters. Koepka, whose career has been slowed by injuries to his ankle in 2016, his wrist 2018, left knee in 2020, dislocated his right kneecap and had ligament damage during a fall. He had surgery on March 16, progressing nicely and happy how it's going, Koepka said in a text message yesterday. News time is 7:48. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:49 right now, the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Phil's joining us this morning. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Waterway Dermatology. Dr. Ryan Schering, located at 1050 Monterey Road in Stewart, bringing personalized health care back to dermatology the Waterway. Bonnie?
Well, I-95 southbound down by Jupiter, there is a hit and run crash down that way. I-95 southbound once again, and there's not any roadblock from the hit and run, so you're going to be able to get through right there. Other areas of St. Lucie County and Martin County, it's looking like a good ride right now. There's your latest look at traffic. It is 71 in Palm City and Ellenstadt, Austria. 63 and partly cloudy. And here's our forecast from WPTV.
Today's forecast, a morning shower, then some sunshine through the lunchtime hours. Then we'll look for a chance for showers and thunderstorms between 3 and 7 as a cold front will move on through. High temps in the mid-80s, turning windy and much colder tonight with low temperatures down into the 50s. High temperatures on Good Friday, only in the low 70s as we go into Easter weekend, staying on the cool side. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist James Wieland on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
So coming up in the in the tail end of the 8 o'clock hour, well, actually for the whole hour, we have the vice mayor in studio. Merritt is here. Merritt Matheson. I hope I said that right. Is that right, Vice Mayor?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. And then of course, the one and only. I got to make sure I get the right microphone.
Brian Bazio.
There we go. Brian, is your mic on? Talk.
Good morning.
You're chewing gum. I can hear.
Oh
it.
yeah, let me get rid of that.
Yeah, please spit your
That's
gum
his
out.
natural
Thank you.
accent.
Spit your gum out. This is not.
Yes,
this
sir.
is class. So anyway, so these guys are here in the first half of the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to be talking about the job fair that's going on in the city of Stuart, and also we're going to touch a little bit on the green market as well, because everybody is in an uproar about the green market because it's so popular, and we're going to touch on that, and we're going to take all the anxiety away and let all our listeners know the status of the green market as well. So we'll be speaking with these gentlemen. And then, of course, in the back half of the last hour of the show, it's the world famous Phil's taste test, where we have laid across the table.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
There's
6, 7,
10.
8, and there's 10 different types of beef jerky flavored differently. Now, we're not going to subject the vice mayor to any of this.
Unless he wants to participate.
Yeah, because
you
I
know.
like my job and I don't want him complaining to the owners of the station.
Well, it's a good thing we're going to hear the issues coming up first, because if the vice mayor does get involved with this, we want him to live to tell.
Yeah, thank
tell
you.
the story.
We want to know what's going on before I just fall over at the table. Right
fall
here.
over.
Tasted some bat beef jerky.
I do have an undertaker standing by outside with a hearse,
Bat
just so
beef
everybody knows.
jerky.
But anyway, so that's good. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with everybody. We usually do. It's nice, and we like to do that too, because we like to also showcase people that also, being that we do have law enforcement in the studio as well, we like to showcase that, everybody has this big misconception about police officers, and they think police officers are stuffy and they're sticky and they're not cool people. And that's one of the reasons why we bring Brian into the studio to be a guinea pig. Anyway, no,
exactly.
no, but we want to let people know that police officers are cool people.
Brian, are you sticky?
He's not sticky. He took a shower last night. for
Depends on
God's
the
sake.
day.
Give me
Sticky, not
wow, where do I
stinky.
go with that one?
I said
Depends on the
sticky.
day.
Yeah, it depends on the day.
Jeez.
Do y'all hear me right? I said sticky, not stinky.
Yeah, sticky, not
Sticky.
stinky.
That too.
Jeez. But anyway, we're going to have a whole lot of fun in the 8 o'clock hour. So that's going to definitely be a lot of fun. So make sure and tune in. Don't touch the dial. Don't you dare go anywhere, because if you do, then you might be a square. Bonnie, there's a cockroach. It just went down the wall.
April Fools.
All right. Darn it.
Right?
I can't
The
get her
taste
yet.
test.
She got me
Yeah,
really
she got
good
Evan
this morning.
twice already this morning.
She got
yeah.
me twice.
I
Yeah.
got you too, Phil.
Yeah,
with
she
that
got
first
me
one.
too. Yeah, she got me too. Yeah.
So anyway, but don't go anywhere. We're gonna have a lot of fun in the 8 o'clock hour. It's the Thursday edition of the show, and that's what we're all about. We're all about having fun and entertaining our listening audience. So stick and stay. Don't go away. The 8 o'clock hour is just upon us. We're going to fire the band up here at WSTU Stuart, Martin County's Heritage Station, and we'll be back after the news. We'll let the band play on.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. It is April the 1st, 2021.
I think I need a drink-a-doodle-doo.
Well, you'll need a drink-a-doodle-doo, and so do I.
Y'all know what day it is?
I know what day it is. It is April the 1st.
Put some South in your mouth.
Yeah, put some South in your mouth. That's for darn sure. And we've got a full smorgasbord of people in studio today. Time now officially is 8:08. Mr. Clock, would you please certify that?
It's now 8:08 a.m.
And of course, I want to welcome in, of course, my co-host Bonnie Ashley. Bonnie, good morning. How are you?
Excellent.
And of course, Phil is here hanging out in studio. Phil, how are you this morning?
Hello.
I want to welcome in the Public Information Officer from the Stuart Police Department, the one and only Bostonian, Brian Bosio. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
And you know, you have to save the best for last. The Vice Mayor of the City of Stuart, Mr. Merritt Matheson.
Good morning. Good morning.
And how are you doing today, Merritt?
Excellent. Excellent. Beautiful day here in
Excellent.
Stuart, Florida.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, like Mr. Rogers says.
Or used to say.
Used to say. Yes, used to say.
And we have it going on right here.
Yes,
That's
it's
right.
a beautiful day in the neighborhood for
Yes,
sure.
boys and girls.
So, Merritt, there is, and we asked you to come in studio with Brian today because there's and excuse my back, because if I turn, then the microphone won't hear me. So, there's a job fair going on that we want to let the residents of Stuart know about, and anybody in the listening area. So, if you could collaborate on that for us a little bit.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I'm glad to be here. Everyone listening, anyone out there that knows of someone in need of a job, this is one of City of Stuart's initiatives as part of our COVID rebound as we come out of this pandemic and more and more people get vaccinated and we can, intermingle more. We want to get and do our best to get as many people back in the workforce that have been affected by the pandemic or help them switch into a career upgrade. We've got a job fair going on at the Public Safety Complex in the City of Stuart, the police department on Martin Luther King. It's going to be April 15th, Wednesday, 4 to 7 p.m. We've got a half-hour early entry for veterans. They can show up at 3:30. And we've got a wide range of employers already registered. We've got salary jobs from Cleveland Clinic, from City of Stuart, from Martin County, the school board, on down to hourly jobs such as Burger King, Walmart, Chipotle, different restaurants. There's a new restaurant opening up just outside the city limits in Sewell's Point. I'll tell you about that seems really cool and really interesting.
So this is not just the City of Stuart hiring. This is all the businesses that have open positions within the City of Stuart.
Exactly.
Wow.
And even we sought out, some businesses that are outside the city limits. The focus of the job fair is to get people employed and our city limits, our limits are firm, but people come in and out of the city. People come in into the city to work every day, and people who live in the city leave the city every day to go to a job somewhere else.
And this is a job fair where you can actually come in person and meet people at the booths and learn about the positions.
Exactly. This is a good old fashioned, it's fun to say that now, job fair. It's an in-person event. Come on in. No technology required for this event. You can actually see your potential employer.
Bring your resume.
Read his or her body language. You have to actually get fully clothed and out of your pajamas to come to this event.
It's not a Zoom. It's not a Zoom interview.
Can't wear your fuzzy bunny slippers going into this.
Brush your hair. Do your best to look good and then read people's body language. We are asking. Masks are required still, but this is an in-person event to help out the people that didn't adapt to that virtual world that the pandemic forced upon us.
You know what, too? You mentioned Burger King being a part of this thing, and I thought how it's getting so interpersonal when you don't actually meet your employer, which is good for somebody looking for a position. When Burger King, they'd be building the new Burger Kings up around town, you'd be driving by them and seeing the signs come on in and apply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you don't see that often anymore.
Exactly.
They meet you, you meet them. And I wish we could just be going to that line of getting hired. But
Now,
when you're, yeah.
what do you recommend them bringing when they come into the job fair?
When you come in, be ready as we're talking about.
You
Be
could
ready
get
to
hired right
apply.
on the
You
spot.
could get hired right there on the spot. Come in dressed for success. Bring your resume. Be prepared to tell your skills and talk. The whole point of this, we are social creatures.
Mhm.
Reading that body language and talking to someone, but literally, there's one of the employers coming. The owners of Conky Joe's, that restaurant I know I love in Jensen
Conky's.
Beach.
Yeah.
They took
Yeah.
over the old prawn broker in Sewell's Point. And
Okay.
they're opening up a new restaurant called Stringers,
Mhm.
based on the stringers, like the stringers in a boat that add support to a boat. And that we're talking an entire new restaurant, full line of staff, from everything,
Nice.
busboys, waiters on up, and the theme of that restaurant sounds really cool.
Mhm.
Touches my background, which I love, is the fishing industry. It touches on the custom boat building history of Stewart. So you're talking American Custom Yachts,
Yeah.
Whitaker Boat Works, Game
Mhm.
Fishermen,
Mhm.
all the custom boat building. And a lot of people don't realize what a deep history Stewart has in the custom boat building and fishing industry.
Now there was something, and I read this months ago with unemployment, people collecting unemployment, and they put these spiffs in the unemployment, and the biggest thing is like people just didn't want to go out looking for jobs because the unemployment was paying them such exuberant amounts of money. They're making more money off the unemployment. But people also need to understand, Merritt, is that unemployment is not going to be there forever.
That's right.
Your job can be there forever.
Exactly. And jobs have other benefits.
Right.
You meet people, advancement, different skills you can
Mhm.
build. A lot of jobs will teach you and move you
Mhm.
on up. Almost every single one of these employers I've talked to, some of them have no previous skill set required, and they will
Right.
train you on the job. And
Right.
that, we have to believe that people want to advance.
Right.
And the vast majority of us don't want to
Right.
sit on the couch and collect unemployment.
I agree. I agree 100%. Now, Brian, is the city of Stewart or the Stewart Police Department, are they going to be having a representative there
Yes,
as well?
Yeah, we'll have human resources. For
Okay.
The city of Stewart will be there
Okay.
for
Mhm.
not just the police department, but jobs throughout the whole city. So.
Okay. Now, is the Stewart Police Department, are you all looking for officers?
We are.
Okay.
Yes.
So even if you're not a sworn officer, you can still possibly get hired if you're looking for a law enforcement career. You go through the police academy, you go through all the background checks first.
Yeah, so you won't be hired on the
department.
spot.
No, definitely
we're
not.
not just-
Not to be an
Oh,
officer.
shucks. I was hoping.
No.
Administrative.
Yeah, that's a
maybe,
great point,
maybe
Bonnie.
911 dispatch or
I believe we have a part-time dispatcher position open right now,
Mhm.
and we have 2 police officer positions open.
Wow.
So
Wow,
Okay.
there you go.
So the Stewart Police Department will be large in charge at the job fair as well.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about large and in charge, but we'll be there.
Lodge and in charge.
Oh, I knew
Not-
once I said it.
Yeah,
I knew.
yeah.
That was a trap.
I was
Yeah.
regretting
Large.
those.
Large.
We definitely set him up for that one. So, Merritt, let me ask you. I want to ask you a couple of questions. We talked about the job fair. The next topic I want to talk about is the green market. There is so many rumblings going on in the community. Everybody is so upset that they're thinking there's not going to be any more green market. So let's just put all the cards on the table if we could.
Absolutely.
Let's do that.
What the city found and over the past few meetings is really, it's not as big of a hoopla as a lot of people might want to make it out to be. But basically, we're just in transition from the management of who runs the green market.
Okay.
Basically, between the city and all the vendors that you'd see and interact with at the green market, there's someone running that.
Mhm.
There to meet all the vendors. And that's the transition that's going on. City is going to do everything possible to keep all the vendors that want to stay there and everything possible to improve the green market so that's something that we can all come to and enjoy when we go downtown on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Now, for those that have never experienced a green market or don't know what a green market is, can you collaborate and explain a little bit what a green market is?
Exactly. There's a wide range
not just
of
green.
ideas that
Yeah.
come up when people think of what a green market is.
Right.
And I've over the past few months gone and toured a few with the specific job of just taking a look and comparing ours to others.
Mhm.
But the main theory should be, green produce,
Right.
maybe some live plants, stuff like that, but also, different craft works and stuff that people make on their own.
Right.
What
Kinda
we
like a
don't
craft
want to
fair.
see is products that are just bought, say, from some big companies online.
Right. And then reselling them.
Exactly. We don't
Right.
want to see anything from a big box store that's
Right.
bought and just resold there.
Okay.
Under the guise that it belongs in a green market.
Right.
Or we don't want to really see anything that's competing with our downtown local businesses.
Right.
But this is stuff that people might hand make at their home.
Okay.
They might grow on their local farms in
Mhm.
Western Martin County,
Mhm.
stuff like that. You get anything from fish dip,
Yummy.
that's caught and
Apple
handmade.
cider donuts, I always see there. Yeah, those are
Exactly.
great.
Conch fritters is one of the things people hit up a lot.
Oh,
at our
yeah.
local green
Oh,
market.
yeah.
Or maybe a lady that might make her own soap and her
Yep.
soaps.
I've seen
products.
people. I've
Soap,
seen folks who made
candles.
blankets and wind chimes and all sorts of fun
Betsy
stuff like that.
Ross
So
with the quilt and the
Yeah,
American
quilts.
flag.
Yeah.
Handmade stuff.
Yeah.
Local crafts that you're not going to find, the stuff that doesn't make it to a larger retail store, and especially not the stuff that you'd find in a big box store.
Right, exactly. Now, for those that want to experience the green market for the first time, Merritt, where can people go? Where is this located
It's
at?
still every Sunday,
Okay.
downtown Stewart at Flagler Park,
Okay.
just past City Hall on Flagler.
Okay.
And
So it's
8
right in the
o'clock.
park where the basketball courts are.
Yep.
And
Yep.
all of that, all
and
down
what day
in
is
that
this
area.
again?
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Starts at 8 o'clock
Sunday
in the morning.
8 o'clock till 11. And then you can enjoy downtown Stewart the rest of the day. You could go to the green market,
Mhm.
shop around a little bit, then go, to one of our local restaurants downtown and enjoy breakfast, spend the day in downtown Stewart.
Wow. It sounds like and then you can have lunch at one of the fine restaurants that are in downtown Stewart
Exactly.
as well. There's I think there's Mulligan's, there's Duffy's,
Isn't it
there's
Pusa Terry's
Pusa
Pizza?
Terry's Pizza,
Terry's, Luna's
there's-
Pizza,
oh man, there's
Osceola
so
Cafe.
many. And then you can
Yeah.
you can get all caloried up and get some ice cream afterwards.
Now-
And then you go back towards the green market on a little jog on that pathway down
Right.
there, run off some of the
Run
Run
off
off
all
the
the
food,
calories.
yeah. Now, Brian, can we have a tasting demonstration at this green market?
Oh, absolutely. If Vice Mayor signs off on it, count me in.
But I've jogged on that pathway before. I was like in a couple of runs down here. It's a nice place to get out and jog, and
Mhm.
in that little boardwalk, a nice place to bring your dog if you have a friendly dog. And what a
Yeah, it's really
scenic-
nice down there. It's
scenic
really nice. You can
area.
go for a walk under the bridge. It's really
Yes.
super nice.
But it's
down there.
amazing what you can find at the green market. I have seen some amazing things
Yeah.
that folks make. I'm talking about someone actually they did the whole drawing of the Treasure Coast
Oh wow.
on it,
Oh,
and it has like the
Very
little,
cool.
like the little where
That is
everything's
cool.
at and everything. It's beautiful, and you can only get it at the green market.
Yeah,
Very
Exactly.
cool.
So-
Very cool. Very, very cool.
rare
Our-
finds.
Our
Yes.
very special guest has been the vice mayor with the city of Stewart, Merritt Matheson, talking all things with the job fair and the green market. And of course, Brian Bozio, Sergeant Brian Bozio from the Stewart Police Department. He's the public information officer. And in fact, Brian is going to be on the program. He's got his fix of radio today. He's going to be on the Today with Denny show coming up
Yes.
at
Wow.
9 o'clock
Yeah.
this morning. So you make sure and listen to that. Don't know what they're going to be talking about, but he's going to be on the program as well. It's
Brian?
time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold is opening up at $1,716.10 an ounce, and silver opening up at $24.39 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
It is 8:26 on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for our daily dose of space in another place. And without further ado, here's Randy Siegel. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning to you, sir. Well, back in history, 1960, NASA launched its first weather observation satellite, the Taurus 1. And that spacecraft had given us a lot of information concerning hurricanes and other meteorological events on the Earth, helping us forecast our weather. In 1997, the comet Halley-Bopp made its closest approach to the sun, coming within 7 astronomical units, meaning the distance between the Earth and the sun. So its orbit was seen. We also had in 1998 the launch of the Trace Explorer satellite. The Trace satellite was one that gave us a whole lot of information on the sun as well as magnetic fields in space. Well, how would you feel if you were a cosmonaut and you opened up one of the hatches on board a Progress vehicle, and what you found were wood dust? Yep, that's right. It was reported that cosmonaut Ivan Wagner, who flew to the ISS between April and October of last year, that when he opened up the hatch of the Progress MS-15, that there was flight dust, there was dust, wood dust. The astronauts had to don respirators in order to protect their lungs from being filled with this dust. And it wasn't the first time it happened. Earlier, cosmonaut Oleg Sherpochka, who flew to the ISS, complained to Earth about a very dusty MS-13 Progress craft, which arrived with New Year's gifts on December 19th. Well, I guess that the surprise and their gifts were that wood dust. Could be very harmful to astronauts. The astronauts that are on board the International Space Station continue to do a lot of science work. The Resilience spacecraft that is docked from SpaceX will transfer 4 astronauts from the Harmony module's forward-facing port to its Zenith or space-facing port on Monday at 6:30 a.m. It'll be an autonomous relocation maneuver, which will take about 45 minutes. Mike Hopkins, Victor Glover, Shannon Walker, and Soichi Noguchi will enter their spacecraft when it is being done. And the reason for doing so is in the unlikely event that there is a failure to redock, they'll be able to return home. If not, there won't be enough seats for having astronauts return safely to Earth. Meanwhile, Kate Rubins tended to crop growing on board the station. Hopkins and Glover also were back in the Columbus module working on weightless effects on grip force and movements in space. Walker continued to work with Glover by measuring his neck, shoulders, and arm veins with an ultrasound 2 device and setting up alternate sleep quarters ahead of the Expedition 65 crew's arrival on the 9th of this month. That'll be when 10 station members are on board for 1 week. That's a lot of people. Lastly, we want to tell you that the scheme of the rocket that's going to take place in a launch on April the 9th will be patterned after Yuri Gagarin, the first man in space, on April 12, 1961. Tomorrow we'll tell you about a glass dome as well as how COVID affects NASA. Until then, have a great day, everybody.
That's the Space Report. It's always brought to us with Randy Siegel on the program. He's here each and every weekday at this time. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where all I can say is one word: wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Phil's in town too, and we heard he wants to take his
I'm
lovely
taking my wife there for,
lunch.
lunch today. Yes.
Yeah, she's in
Wow.
for like a real treat. You can get fresh jumbo wrap signature sandwiches. You can order a triple salad plate. And this one comes with mixed greens topped with egg and tuna, chicken salad, tomato, cucumbers, onions, olives, carrots, and sprouts. And Chef Mark serves with a dressing of your choice. Mrs. Peters fish dip is also on the menu. So you can be
Wow.
light, and Mrs. Peters served with jalapeno, tomato, red onion, Captain wafers. Make sure she tries the Oreo pie for dessert if you
Of course. And the cookie is big as your head.
go. And
Yes.
the cookie doesn't crumble either,
No,
doesn't it?
it doesn't.
It's like butter.
Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart now has their patio back open. Plus, they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. Located at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stewart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart.
8:31, actually 8:32 on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for news, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Make sure and stop by and see Hawk Levy at any one of the locations for the best deals on precious metals. It's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Here's Bonnie with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning once again. Parents have questions about children and COVID-19 vaccines. And WPTV's Tori Dunnan has the story.
I feel like we just have to wait and see how it goes.
Teresa Bickel is a mom of 3 kids, enjoying a day at the beach as larger decisions loom on the horizon.
We don't know the repercussions, like later on, the long-term effects of the vaccination and how it's going to affect children.
She herself is vaccinated.
I took it because I'm in the medical field and I felt like I had to, working with people all the time.
But like many parents, has a laundry list of questions and concerns when it comes to vaccinating her children for COVID-19.
I feel like it was a lot for me to consider, let alone my children.
Some moms say no matter what decision they make regarding the COVID vaccine in their children, they know that, as is the case with many things during this pandemic, it will become part of mom shaming.
You get judged if you breastfed, you get judged if you didn't breastfeed, you get judged if your kids slept in your bed, you get judged if they slept in their crib, you get judged on everything. So for me, I just feel like, number one, I'm going to do what's right for my family based on the research I do and the research done by people who know more than me.
Melody Rodriguez has 3 kids and wants to know how effective the shot is and what effects children may experience.
I'm just cautiously optimistic. I am pre-registered to get my own vaccine.
Mom Sarah Weinstein is vaccinated herself and follows vaccine information closely.
So if these trials come out where, all the scientific research and data says that, hey, kids are doing well with this and it's very effective, and the CDC says we recommend it, then we will definitely want our girls to get it.
She is concerned about side effects.
Do children get the same side effects, or are they totally just, they feel nothing and nothing I think, that's definitely a big question for me, because I wouldn't want to put my kids through anything terrible.
Tori Dunnan, WPTV News Channel 5.
Of the country on the trial of Derek Chauvin, the police officer charged in the death of George Floyd last summer. We went to Fort Pierce to see if training for local law enforcement would change in the wake of that tragedy. WPTV's John Shaman has the story.
In the Defense Tactics Lab and in the classroom, the next group of men and women who want to protect and serve are being put through their paces at the Treasure Coast Public Safety Complex in Fort Pierce.
We have a strong obligation to make sure that we're creating the best recruit we can for the local agencies.
Wendy Morse is the new director for the Criminal Justice Training Institute. She spent more than 25 years with the West Palm Beach Police Department and hired many recruits from this Indian River State College facility.
I have a recruit that's 48 years old, so we have recruits all ages now that want to get into law enforcement.
Morse says the George Floyd case, while not top of mind, could down the road change some lesson plans.
What happens in the world of law enforcement is when there are shifts in the way we do business, that becomes more of a political decision that's made.
In fact, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is looking at its entire teaching curriculum right now. Changes are being discussed before the legislature. Topics and themes that would be added include empathy, implicit and explicit bias, and serving your community.
You'll see cops all over the country trying to be better as a result from the lessons learned over what has just recently even transpired.
And as of now, there are no problems when it comes to getting new police recruits here on the Treasure Coast.
Taser, taser, taser!
Morse says what's key is making sure their training matches what their real-world partners are engaged with. The St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office just announced they were going to outfit their officers with tasers and body cameras.
We are in the process of getting our own body cameras here so that we can support our local agencies.
So these students are ready to go. In Fort Pierce, John Shaman, WPTV, News Channel 5.
And lastly, we could be in for another busy Atlantic hurricane season. AccuWeather releasing their 2021 forecast, and they're predicting 16 to 20 named storms, with 3 to 5 of those becoming major hurricanes. New York Giants co-owner John Mara approved of the team spending more money this offseason as it handed out more than $100 million in guaranteed money. But without saying general manager Dave Gettleman's job is in jeopardy, Mara also made it clear what he expects in return. It's time for us to start winning, Mara told reporters via video conference after the conclusion of the NFL owners' meetings on Wednesday. That's one of the reasons we spent the money we did. To that end, Mara and the Giants re-signed defensive lineman Leonard Williams and signed receiver Kenny Golladay and cornerback Adoree Jackson. News time is 8:37 rather. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
.38 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Waterway Dermatology. Dr. Ryan Schering, located at 1050 Monterey Road in Stewart, bringing personalized health care back to dermatology the Waterway. Bonnie?
Up on the turnpike northbound in the Fort Pierce area at the Okeechobee exit, there's some road construction in that area, so the right lane is blocked. You might see a little bit of a slowdown, but use some caution heading up that way. Here in Martin County, it's a good-looking ride, and we're not finding any tie-ups or accidents at the moment. And there's your latest look at traffic. It is 70 in Port St. Lucie and Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada this morning, 22 degrees. And here's our forecast at WPTV.
Look for wildly scattered hijinks followed by sudden office pranks. There will be increased tomfoolery with a slight chance of untouchables. Chance of sitting on a toilet that's been wrapped in cellophane, 80%. Happy April Fool's Day. And remember, trust no one.
Oh, there you go. That was from Alexa.
I was going to
Gotcha.
say, I didn't recognize that meteorologist.
Gotcha. Let's actually
That
do
was
the real.
awesome.
Let's do the real way.
Forecast, a morning shower, then some sunshine through the lunchtime hours. Then we'll look for a chance for showers and thunderstorms between 3 and 7 as a cold front will move on through. High temps in the mid 80s, turning windy and much colder tonight with low temperatures down into the 50s. High temperatures on Good Friday only in the low 70s as we go into Easter weekend, staying on the cool side. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist James Wieland on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie. It's now time for Phil's Taste Test, brought to you by Fredo's Food Truck. Let's see what Phil will be tasting this week.
Well, it's not only going to be Phil, but it's also going to be Sergeant Brian Boss.
Yes.
I'm trying to recruit the
So-
vice mayor here.
No,
so-
sorry, I cannot subject him to
Hey,
this.
hey, he's open to the idea.
Yeah, but I'm not going to let him. I don't want, unless Merritt, do you want to do this?
Get close to the mic.
Yeah.
Mr.
Do you want to
Mayor.
do this?
Anything one of our officers can do.
Oh,
You can do better?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
okay. All right, challenge accepted. All right, so how are we going to pick out which one?
Well, I thought you guys, the whole thing when we
right.
talked on the air about this
all right,
yesterday was
all right.
you guys were going to
Bonnie,
pick.
I'm going to let Bonnie. They're laid across the table.
Okay.
Bonnie, you're going to pick one,
All right.
and you look at it. Just don't read out loud what it is, but just look at the ingredient at the top, and then hand it to me, and then I'll cut it open.
Okay, so there's several strips
Is
of,
that are
of
we
bagged
okay?
meat
Yeah, we
on
gotta
the
paint the
table.
picture.
Yeah.
Of
you
sealed
picked,
meat.
you picked the least. Oh
This might not be bad.
no!
at
Can we do
all.
another one? I don't want this one. No, not
This
that
is
one.
skewed.
Brian, I'm assuming we've got chicken, beef, pork.
No, I-
venison, buffalo,
I
just the
keep
natural
picking out
stuff,
all the
right?
good ones.
Yeah, pick another one.
Anybody who knows anybody,
Yeah, that one.
anybody who
one,
knows
yeah.
me
All right.
knows that I have
This
like
is
serious food
Okay,
psychological issues.
Okay.
So please don't damage me.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to cut this.
Now
into,
this isn't snake. It's not
no, I'm
cow. It's not
going to cut this into three. Bonnie,
squirrel. It's not
hold
raccoon.
on.
Probably raccoon.
Oh, I can't.
No, it's not raccoon.
Not
I'm
raccoon.
having anxiety.
No, I got to figure out how to get this.
PTSD from this show.
What we really don't want is pangolin that was packaged in 2018 or something. You know,
Bonnie, go ahead and
beginning
put
of
that on one plate.
2019.
Put it on one plate. Try not to touch it.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Try not to touch it.
Well,
Can
no,
we
take,
touch it?
take the meat out of the
Take
wrapper.
the meat out
Take
of
the
the
meat
wrapper.
out of the wrapper.
I have
you
no joke. I
We have
just
to
like to
squeeze
say,
it out.
take the meat
Take
out
the
of the
meat out of the
wrapper.
wrapper. All right, hold on.
Make up your own
Oh,
joke,
Here's
Brian.
another one.
Make up your own joke.
Be nice. Be nice. All right. Hold on. All right. Here's another one. Okay. Here's another one.
Where's plate number 3? Do we have?
You
They're-
can just
they're
hand it to
underneath.
me over
They're-
here.
no, they're
You can just
underneath.
hand
There's
me
another
mine.
plate under there.
Just hand me mine. I'm okay. I'm right here.
Hand Brian a plate. And
Now is this spicy? Is it spicy that I should
No.
be concerned about? No.
No.
It's the origin of the meat that I
Yeah,
should be
just
concerned
don't
with.
look.
And
All right, here
and
we
these
go.
were purchased on Amazon.
These
correct?
were purchased
yeah,
on
that makes me feel
Amazon.
a whole lot better.
Thank you.
They're prepackaged. They are certified and inspected
Yeah, certified and inspected.
that means it's safe, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
it is
it's
safe.
purchased
Yeah.
Bonnie, let me have the
Amazon.
label right there so
by
I
a
can
licensed
read what it is.
company that does this for. They've been doing this for quite some
Okay.
The
time.
texture is not your typical jerky. I'm
It
just going to
smells
say that
really
right
good.
now.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't
smell
smell
It
bad.
smells great.
No. Okay, so go ahead and dig in. Go ahead and dig in. Dig in. You
There
gotta
we
take.
go.
You gotta take a whole bite. Okay. All right. Go ahead and take a whole bite.
It's
Den-
not terrible.
Denny's
but
here. I'm gonna let Denny look. That's what they're eating, Denny. Just so you can see. Don't say what it is.
You guys have life insurance?
All right. So Merritt, I'm gonna go to Merritt first.
That's
Merritt,
pretty good.
what do you think? What's your honest opinion?
What meat is it? Name
What do you
the
think
meat.
it is?
I can't swallow it. I can't until I know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Tastes pretty
It
good.
doesn't tast
It
bad.
doesn't. It's,
Okay.
I'm not getting some sort
Well,
of.
go ahead and open
revolting
that and
taste.
chase it down with that, Brian.
So there's a juice box in the
Yeah, there's a juice box in there.
It's not
wasn't
very
aware
peppery at all.
Okay, it's not very peppery.
It's not.
Has
I
a
got
good
no
taste to it.
spice. I
Okay.
like a little spice.
It smells like
Yeah.
it would be peppery.
What
I
is
smell
this?
pepper everywhere.
Yeah.
That
Shake it
peppery
up
meaty.
and put the straw in it. Yeah, shake it and put the straw in it. Keep your comments to yourself, Phil.
I can't
I'm
say what it
wondering.
is.
Okay, no,
I didn't say a
no.
word.
Okay, so Merritt, what do you
You
think?
know,
Good,
I've had
bad?
better jerky.
Okay, all right.
frankly,
That's okay.
You know,
That's all right.
I'm not getting a revolting taste, but it's
Okay.
not something I would go out and purchase. at all.
Okay, all right, Phil.
What?
What do you think?
Is it kangaroo?
No, it's not kangaroo.
Ah,
No,
Not a baby kangaroo.
no, no. Brian.
I don't have a. It's the jerky's actually doesn't taste bad,
Okay.
but my anxiety over what that wrapper says that you're holding
Hold on.
supersedes anything
Swallow.
that has to do with the flavor.
Take a drink of the smoothie. Take a drink of the smoothie.
Why?
That's a smoothie. Read
know.
what the kind of a smoothie it is.
It's an oatmeal smoothie.
Oatmeal smoothie.
Oatmeal
Disgusting.
smoothie.
Yeah.
I'm only
That'll-
doing this for the show. You have no idea the struggle that I'm having right now. You have
Brian's cheeks too are turning full
Go ahead.
red.
people who know me and are listening
Right.
know what I'm
Would you
going
rather
through
get
right now.
tased than
I would. I'll take a give me a 5
All right.
second ride on a taser. Here we go.
Okay. Good.
Oh, that's terrible.
All right. So now here's the big reveal.
And it's a cinnamon.
I'm gonna have
oatmeal
some
smoothie.
of my
The
coffee.
cinnamon doesn't
All
help.
All right. So here's the big reveal. That was a beef and
What?
I can't even say it.
Say it.
It was a
You want me to say it?
no.
Uh-oh.
It was a beef and ostrich.
Oh, see?
That's that. So I grew up with emus in my backyard. So
It was ostrich.
Oh,
Ostrich.
Brian.
terrible. Terrible. Now it's worse. I know I ate an ostrich. You have,
but it was cut
you,
with beef.
listen, if it's not purchased at Publix, I don't eat it. People come into work and they bring this glorious stew and meats that they killed themselves out in Okeechobee.
It's a
I can't
company
eat it.
called Buffalo Bob's.
Yeah.
Oh.
U.S. inspected
US
and
inspected.
passed by the Department of Agriculture.
Barely.
I'm crying so
So,
hard.
and ingredients is beef,
Oh,
ostrich, salt, brown sugar, spices, paprika, molasses, and celery powder. That's
And
it.
Merritt's still eating it. He's
Mazzilli
finishing
got-
it
It's
off.
actually decent.
No.
It's not-
Here's
I
some
know.
of the others. I'll read what the others are because you won't be here for the others. Wild boar and beef,
Not bad. That wouldn't
beef
bother me.
and buffalo,
Okay.
elk,
Hmm.
venison,
No.
beef buffalo jerky. Your favorite, Brian, kangaroo.
For real?
Yeah.
For real,
Oh.
kangaroo.
so we got to get you down under.
No.
Alligator.
Alligator.
No.
Hold on.
Nope.
Wait.
Can't do it.
Alligator Cajun style.
No.
And beef pemmican style jerky. Yeah, beef.
I was going to go to Ellie's Deli for lunch, but I'm just going to stay here.
There, Phil. You can hold
You know,
on to
the
those.
alligator Cajun
Ooh.
style might not be so bad.
I didn't even know people ate alligator until I moved down here.
Yeah.
My whole entire life. Like, wait a
Yeah.
second.
Oh, I had
people are
gator
eating
tail.
Gator tail?
Gator tail's awesome.
Never even knew it.
The first time I had
Kangaroo
it was
is
at
sold
the
in Australia.
state fair
Wow.
in Tampa. I had gator before. It's
All right.
very much like chicken.
So without
Yeah.
further ado, it is now time for our top 10 list, coming to us from the home office, one time only, from the temporary home office in Boston, Massachusetts.
Whoa. What's
Boston.
going on here?
Phil, if you would take it away, please.
And
do
from
the
the
honors.
home office of Boston, Massachusetts. Top
I'm liking
10
this. This is great.
Top 10 Brian Basio complaints about being a police officer.
Oh, dear.
Top 10 Brian Basio complaints of being a police officer. So in honor of our great guest being here, this is his top 10 complaints. Number 10, police band radio, too much talk, not enough rock.
Yeah. Absolutely. You drilled that one, Phil.
Number 9, shoulder holster can only hold up to 3 donuts.
No, they make some that can hold up to a half a dozen.
Oh, that's great. I love that one. Standard issues.
Yeah.
I like that. Merritt.
And this is because he's a Red Sox fan. Number 8, due to backlash, no longer able to pull over and tase Yankees fans.
You can't? That's why I got on the job in the first place.
Number 7, doesn't like it that he has to wash the police chief's car until the end of the year due to him losing the 5-second rule game here on the show.
It's true. That's the chief.
Number 6, new ordinance passed forcing him to say car instead of car.
Car. See, it's easy.
Car.
It's so much easier to say car.
Number 5, not allowed to sell Girl Scout cookies while on patrol.
No?
No. Number 4. Number 4, forced to look the other way when the vice mayor greets Evan 9.
Well, let me process that one. Say that one more time. No.
Yeah, process that for a while.
Look the other way. I got it. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Number 3, having to fly the police helicopter low over the vice mayor's yard to trim his hedges.
Merritt is laughing so hard back there.
You thought you were getting away scot-free
Yeah, I
on
like
it. Number 2, the only nice girls he meets are criminals.
Hope your wife's not
I
listening.
know, the nice girls.
I'm waiting on number 1, Evan.
Oh,
Here we go. And number 1, the police commissioner is too quick to call in Batman. And there's your top 10 list.
Hey-o.
oh my Lord.
That was fun.
That was good. That was definitely
Amazing.
that was good. So how is your stomach faring over there?
I'm fine.
Yeah? You're good?
Yeah.
All right. Merritt, how are you doing over there?
I have no problem with ostrich.
No?
It's a giant chicken. And
It's a giant chicken.
Wow.
And it sounded like it was mixed with all of the right ingredients to make beef jerky.
Yeah.
So
I
there
could
you go.
smell that all the way over.
Yeah.
It's like it's fermenting over here.
It smells good.
Anybody
actually.
want a sip of my cinnamon oatmeal smoothie?
No.
Thanks.
All right.
And ostrich
Just
beef
want to make
jerky?
sure.
Maybe we'll carry it over to the, to the next show.
Oh, hold on. I got a feather in between my teeth there.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Gosh. So, wow. All right. So I'm lost for words I'm completely lost for words.
So wait,
I'm at a loss for my appetite.
you can only 3 donuts in your police holster?
Yeah. What's up with
No,
that?
they
Explain
make
that.
some now you can hold up to a half dozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that department issued?
Yes. Yes.
That the
I've
department
never worn
issue
a-
one is three donuts, regular size.
All my
Regular
years,
size.
I've never worn a shoulder holster, and
So
those
how
things
does he
are
have
so
a
cool.
But Merritt, how does he have a 6-pack?
Well,
Wow.
he came out
He
of
has
his own
a
pocket
six-pack?
for that.
A
Yeah.
You're allowed
six-pack to
to
hold
bring your own
donuts.
tools.
Come on, you
to
could be
work.
like Barney Miller and have the holster, you know?
I love those things, Miami Vice style. Those things
Oh,
are
they
so
brought,
cool.
did you see they brought Miami Vice back?
I
on,
did not.
on the Peacock on the
Really?
Peacock app. It's they brought back Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas.
Cool.
Wow.
And they're doing Miami Vice again. It's a sequel series.
Very cool.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Don Johnson and Philip Michael as they are now,
Yes.
as older, and are they retired in the
Uh,
Vice?
More than that, I saw the trailer for
Wow.
it, and I was very impressed.
All
With
right. We have a phone call. Hi, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys. Hey, Boz.
Oh, it's the old man down the road.
Hey, Boz. Edna says she still thinks you're the hottest thing on radio.
Oh, he said that the old man down the road said that Edna thinks you're the hottest thing on the radio.
His wife likes you.
His
Oh,
wife likes
really?
you. And then he said April Fools.
Oh,
That was a quick letdown.
yeah.
Oh,
Build me up
I
just to
hear
knock me down.
Boz. I hear Boz. You ate some oysters today. We got some possum jerky for you. Edna made up.
Possum jerky.
Possum, yeah, no,
Possum jerky. All right. We have a shortage of headphones, so it's hard to hear you in here.
Brian, were you
So-
ever
What?
standing on the bridge and holding a donut in our famous Osprey? Did it ever swoop down and try
Oh,
to get your donut?
Stuart the Osprey.
Stuart the
no.
Osprey.
I haven't seen Stuart in a while. Has anybody else?
Come to think of
Somebody
it,
tried to
I
feed him
haven't
beef
seen
jerky,
him
I
in a while.
No, I haven't seen Stuart. But
Okay.
Maybe he's at
That's why
that
Stuart
abandoned
left.
Cowboys restaurant there on Federal Highway where everybody else hangs out at.
Do you get many calls to that place?
Cowboys?
Yeah.
That's not in the city of Stuart jurisdiction.
Oh, it's not?
No,
No.
that Martin County Sheriff's
Yeah.
Department patrols that.
MCSO.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's
All right.
nothing there, right?
It's
Still
just an abandoned building.
Yeah.
Because the company I work for is right behind it.
Yep.
And yeah, that's all
A
I
lot
could
of
say.
place to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
I
exactly
remember
your
when it
favorite
Used
location.
to
Yeah.
be Cowboys, though. That's a great big building.
Yeah.
And, it's too bad somebody doesn't
And
put
it's a
that to
shame
use.
because it's a nice building and
Right,
it's
it's a
just
great
sitting there
location,
rotting
too.
away
Yeah.
right now.
It really is good.
Yeah.
And what's funny is if you look on Google Earth on it and Google Maps, all it says, it doesn't say Cowboys, it just says code violation.
Oh,
I'm being serious. It does. It
Oh my
does.
gosh.
It's crazy. I was like, really?
So,
Wow.
Merritt, I always wanted to ask you this question. What responsibility as the vice mayor? Just out of curiosity.
Well,
I always wanted to know that. Because I know what the mayor's responsibility is, but I've never known like what the vice mayor's responsibility
I'm just
is.
basically in the background behind the mayor, waiting. If I'm needed. But frankly, in the city of Stuart, it is just a ceremonial position.
Okay.
Mayor and vice mayor. But if the mayor's ever absent from a meeting,
Mhm.
I'm going to be the one running it.
Okay.
If there's different, press releases or any communication that the city needs to make that normally the mayor might make. I'm there in the back to fill in the gaps. I mean,
now if the mayor, God forbid, were to fall ill, take over as mayor, or do you have to be voted in? How does that work?
The commission would take a vote on it if it was something permanent.
Right.
If there's one meeting coming up, I would, run that commission meeting as the vice mayor.
Right.
But any permanent change
or temporary, well, it was a temporary deal. Like say he had a surgery and he was going to be out for like a month. Then you would take over?
You would take over.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I want to thank Vice Mayor from the city of Stuart for being here
and eating ostrich.
Yes, and eating ostrich. Of course.
Thank you for the breakfast.
Yes.
I don't know if it was a wonderful breakfast, but thank you.
Want to thank
Savory,
the
isn't it?
public information officer from the Stuart Police Department, Brian Bazio, for being here. Brian, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll
Thanks for
have
being
some.
so I'd
roll-
love to say it was a pleasure, but it wasn't.
We'll have some rollates for you out in the
Yes.
green room.
And he gets roasted with a top 10 list too,
Phil,
And
thank
some
you for being
buttermilk.
here. I
Hey, no
appreciate
problem,
it.
guys.
And of course, the almighty goddess of this radio
Oh,
show,
we
the
gotta
one
bow.
we all bow to.
Bow to
goddess.
the almighty
Everybody bow
goddess.
to the
Oh, are you trying to fool me now? I
No.
know. April
Oh, we've
Fools.
bowed to you
We
before.
bowed to you before.
I'll get out of here.
All right. Anyway, listen, if you have good values on the inside, you won't look for validation on the outside, right, Bonnie?
That's right.
Have a great day, folks. April Fool's
If you say
Day
so.
is all day long. We'll see you back here
Thanks,
tomorrow
Phil.
morning, right here at WSTU Stuart, Martin County's Heritage Station. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.